What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Footy Culture video. And today we got a very, very, very special guest. We have the man himself, Raheem Taylor-Parkes, better known as Raheemovic, all the way from the U.S., but you're actually Canadian, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First of all, how you doing, boss?
Bro, I'm doing well, man. Raheemovic in the building. How you guys doing?
Good.
Footy Culture.
Big chillin', bro. Big chillin'.
Bro. Let's give ourselves a round of applause.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. This was, in the works for a while, but we're glad that you're actually here finally. And guys, man, we have so much to talk about. We want to know more about you, know how you started football, enjoyed football, your team, and all that stuff. So
yes, sir, man. We got a lot to talk about, bro. I mean, we've been DMing each other for a minute, bro. I remember I was supposed to come out here a couple weeks ago. It didn't really happen, so now we getting the magic to happen, bro. So let's get into it, man.
I remember first time we met was when we were at TST last year.
Yeah, when I was playing.
Exactly.
But we've definitely heard of you. I'm sure you've heard about us then. Because when we met, we're like, oh, hey, like, dude, like, here's a Footy Culture. Yo,
bro, I knew y'all, bro. Y'all big. Yo, I remember when y'all had the Footy Fresh packs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I had that in my car, bro. My car was smelling hella good. Thierry Henry on it. I'm like, y'all knew I was an Arsenal fan, huh? I was like, y'all did your research, bro. That was
fun. So it was good to put see you in person, and football brings people together, man.
For sure, man.
Happy to have you here.
I appreciate y'all, man, for real. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. Let's start off with how you got started with, your love for football. Maybe your first interaction with football and what your team is, all that stuff.
I think the first time I ever had my first interaction with football, it was during the 2006 World Cup. I was still living in Canada. Like, I was in Mississauga at the time, and Italy had just won. And Toronto got the biggest Italian fan base. And at the time, I didn't really know about soccer like that. Like, my family was on track. They from Jamaica. So, and I was naturally athletic, but I didn't really like a sport. So when I saw like that culture, that energy, people riding in the car saying, Totti, Totti, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was lit. So I was like, wow, like what kind of sport evokes that type of emotion on
that was
people?
Back then.
And that was back then, bro, 06, bro. So I think 8 years old. And then I remember my dad told me I told my dad to buy me FIFA 06 after that World Cup. So I was running that on my PS2. And then I started playing soccer on the street. And that's when I kind of started to notice, like, yo, like, I had some pace. You know what I'm saying? I was like, like, on the street, I'm kind of dangerous. Like, I went in the kitchen, told my mom, I'm like, hey, yo, mom, I think I might have some talent with this soccer thing. She ain't really believe me. But then she told my dad, like, hey, let's sign him up. Let's get him something to do. And that was it, man. That was it, bro. That was the first, like, interaction I ever had.
That's amazing to hear, first of all. How did you fall in love with Arsenal? Obviously, that's your team, as most people know. Arsenal, back then, too, those are the pretty good times at Arsenal.
Yeah, bro. Oh, my goodness, bro. I think, what's crazy? The crazy thing is that I actually grew up kind of supporting Manchester United. Until I was, like, around 13, bro. And then it wasn't until I actually got a trial with Arsenal, and I got to train with them for 2 weeks. And off that, I was just like, bro, like, sorry, man, you didn't give me that opportunity. I'm running with that Arsenal fandom for life, bro. Because it was like, I got an opportunity as like a 13-year-old to go over to England and train with like Joe Willock, Chris Willock. You know what I'm saying? I'm with these guys day in, day out for 2 weeks straight. Some people at Arsenal, you go on trial, they cut you after the first day, bro. Like, I seen that, bro. So for me to just get that experience as a young player was incredible. And I was like, nah, hell no, I gotta support this club forever, bro.
How did that start off? Like, how did you get a call from Arsenal? Did they reach out to you via your coach? Where were you playing at that time?
So at the time, I was actually playing for my team in Tampa. So how the system works in the U.S. before MLS Next, what all these kids are going through now, we had a bunch of different like leagues. So you play like U.S. club soccer. You would play like your regional league, which would be in your state, and you'd play your state league. So there's a bunch of different leagues all in this space, and it wasn't just ever connected. Everything was separate. So there was no like structure. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I was playing for my team, West Florida Flames, which is like one of the like better teams in Florida. We were competing with the best at the time. And I was playing there. My mom was like my agent back then, bro. My mom, like, when it came to talking to coaches, when it came to talking to agents, she knew everything. She actually went to a party, and like someone there was like, yeah, like my son is actually an agent like over in England. Like, maybe you should get in touch with him. It clearly shows like Raheem had talent. Like, I had a highlight tape at the time and everything. So I was early on to the social media, like, y'all gonna see how social kind of wraps into this. So I already had my highlight tape early, bro. Like 13 years old, I had that edited. Yeah, bro.
Damn.
My uncle actually set, like, the person in my family, like, I call him my uncle, but like, because he was like family to me,
Family friend, yeah.
bro. Like, he sends it over to them. They're like, yo, we'll bring him on like a week trial. So I'm like, all right, bet. So it's like June. I go to a national team camp with the US, so I'm fit. I know I'm ready. Go into the trial with Arsenal, and bro, first day I'm there, like, I go into the training session, I'm a little nervous. They give me my training gear. I'm in like the canteen with all the players and their families. And like, you know, Liam Brady, who was the academy director at the time, like, I had a meeting with him. He's like, you all right, son? Like, you ready? Like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm feeling good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm at Arsenal, bro. Like, what you mean?
I'm in London,
I'm feeling good. So we go into the training session, and like, bro, I'm just warming up with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Big
But like,
shout.
you're not knowing this
Going
into it. So me and him is just connecting off rip. The guys just show, I had personality back then. So like, even when I was there, because on trials, you kind of want to let them know who you are.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I
You
feel
don't want to
like
be quiet.
you
gotta
don't want to
out
be
there.
quiet
You
on
gotta
trials.
express yourself too, bro.
Because think about it, you don't have that much time with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, let me go in there. Let me just, be myself. Like, all the players, they greeted me. They're like, yo, you from America? Like, you like this type of rap? There was another American at the time there, Gideon Zalalem.
Yo, he's a wonder kid.
He was a
back
wonder
then,
kid.
bro. I remember that.
So
Allow them.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys this later, but like, I messaged him on Facebook. I'm like, yo, Gideon, like, I'm going on trial with Arsenal. Like, just want to let you know I'm in London if you ever want to, like, just chop it up on the
He was
training
there
ground.
before you.
Yeah. So I'm in the locker room, and I'm talking about Gideon. I was like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? I got this message from Gideon. They're like, bro, like, Gideon's not here. He's already with the first team. So he's not even in the, I'm at the academy. He's already with the first team at their training ground.
Yeah.
F16, bro. So I'm like, oh shit. Like, obviously I gotta come with my game, bro.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Lock
So
in.
I go out there. We do our warm up. I'm with Ainsley. We were kind of passing it kind of lackadaisical. And then the coach was like, no, make sure you guys get something out of it. And just like, we started pinging it at each other, getting ready for the session. And I could tell like the drills were a little bit designed for me to kind of do what I was good at.
Okay.
Mm.
So like from the beginning of the session, it was like going at players 1v1. Bro,
Cooking.
I was
Pace
like,
it out.
I was like, all right, cool. So I get the first ball. I remember, bro, it was like step over, go over, beat him, score. Then another one, like I tried something crazy, bro. Like I did like, when you're behind the back and you go like this.
Ooh.
I did it and it actually worked and it went in. I was like, oh shit. And then everybody there was like, ooh, because it was against the guy that's currently playing in like the Belgian first division or Scottish Prem. And he's playing like right wing now, but he's playing right back at the time.
A word?
And then, from then, they're like, yo, like, this kid is pretty decent. We go into the session, I'm getting some assists, doing my thing. First session was good. I saw like 3 other trialists that were there that day. The next day, didn't see them. Gone. So I was like, oh shit, like I survived, bro. Basically, after my legs were fucking shattered, bro. Like, it's such a step up in level, bro. Like, when you go from like playing in the US, no MLS Next at the time, none of this development. It's like you're playing with your club team, training with your dad in between, running laps. My dad had me running laps, bro, before I went there, bro. So it was like, it wasn't like what these kids have now. But when I went to those sessions, though, I made sure I was ready, bro. It's an opportunity you cannot miss.
Yeah, I'm sure when you're training in the US, you're probably training 3 times a week.
So your club team would train 3 times a week, and then in between those sessions, you would get like a private trainer.
If you could get one.
If you could get one. Sometimes I'll just be running it in my backyard.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be going to the field across the street.
Let's get some touches.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get some touches in, and then also I was playing an incredible amount of FIFA at that time. So it was like my knowledge of all the players and leagues and all the teams was just, I was just downloading everything. So when I went to Arsenal, I kind of knew how everybody there by their name, like everybody on the academy team, I looked it up before. I was like, I really wanted to make sure I was prepared in all aspects, even socially. Because like people don't even think about that when you go to a club. A lot of it is how do you interact with the people around you.
Right.
Because it's like, even if you're not the best player, you might not, you know what I'm saying? You might be the hardest worker, but not the best player. It's like, yo, he got the personality. The people in the club like him.
Yeah.
Give him a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're likable. Sometimes they want to keep you around, right?
Exactly. It's the little things, you know what I'm saying? The little details that you really got to think about when you go on trial in a club like that.
But like you said, like you're training here when you can, obviously 3 times a week, plus the in between. Over there, like those guys are at school. and then they're going straight to training right after school. Like they had that there early, right?
Bro, barely going to school too.
Yeah.
Like these guys are signing like scholarship deals at 16, done with school.
Yeah.
You do your GCSEs, pass that, and then that's basically school for them, bro. So you'll see a lot of British footballers. I mean, they're doing a lot of programs now to get these guys back on track. But yo, a lot of the players were just falling through the cracks, bro. It was just like Premier League club, cut from Chelsea, go on trial to a championship team. They not really fucking with you either. So then you're just kind of like, bro, I've been playing football since I was 15, pro. What am I supposed to do now? You're telling me to go pick up a book or go do something else, bro. This is literally what you guys taught me to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's a crazy system how it works out there. And honestly, a lot of people talk about the U.S. system and how it needs to improve, but like at least it does give a lot of players a second chance. And I feel like in the over here in the U.S.
Okay.
And
They get the education.
in Europe,
Outside of football.
yes, in Europe you don't get a second chance. Like
That's why I think there's also so many leagues and opportunities for other players who don't make it to the top. Okay, man, you can't make it the first div, play third, play non-league, play whatever, because there's so many teams you can go play for. You might not be making the bag, you're making a living, but at least
you know what I'm saying, you're living, bro. So it's a crazy system how it is over there. And it just shows like in Europe, bro, it's so cutthroat, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's make it or break it. You get one opportunity to be an under 18 player. You get one opportunity to be a U20 player. That's why I be seeing these young players, you know, I'm seeing like the Cavan Sullivans, all these guys coming up in the U.S. system. And I'm just comparing them to what I saw from like Christian, for example.
Yeah.
Because what I saw early from Christian, bro, like I always knew he had something different, bro. Like we had went on a trip to Barcelona when we were 12, like when we were 13. This trip called ID2.
Okay.
And it was in 2012. Our team had like Christian on it, like Luca, no, not Luca Della Torre. Christian was on it. My friend Matt Sunday, he had like a couple appearances with the national team, played in championship. A couple other guys that played like USL and things like that. We went over to Spain to play against like Barcelona's academy, Atletico Madrid, Espanyol, Cornellà, like a bunch of clubs out there. So, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, that trip, I struggled, bro.
Humbled you?
Struggled with the level in Spain, bro. Like, it was crazy, bro, because when I went to England, that was my type of football.
Right.
When I went to Spain, bro, and like playing against them, bro, was lost, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't play my best. I'll admit that. But like when I was watching Christian though, because it gave me the opportunity, like I'll sit on the bench, gang. I had the best seats in the house. I was like, fuck it. If I'm not gonna play against, like I didn't get any playing time against Barca.
Yeah.
So I was like, we were there at La Masia, everything. Bro, I was there watching. Like I was disappointed, but at the same time, like I was mad on the bench. Just looking, I'm like, I'm not playing. And then I'm seeing Christian get the ball, and I'm like, bro, he's getting on a half turn. He's passing it to the left, passing it to the right. He gets like 3 assists this game. Jeez. Bro, he was the best player on the field by far.
Really?
And like Barcelona didn't take us seriously. They used their B team players against us.
Oh, yeah?
So they subbed in Lee Sung-woo, this South Korean prospect who was big at the time. Mm-hmm. So he was before like the Lee Kang-in. I think Lee Kang-in played for Barca's academy, I believe. Yeah. He was before them. Like, there was an OG group batch of South Koreans that played at Barca. So they subbed him in, trying to, you know what I'm saying, get back in the game.
Yeah, let's try.
They're like, oh, shit, all right, let's turn up the notch, bro. They turned the difficulty to ultimate, bro.
Jeez.
But Christian was still eating. He got like 3 assists. And I believe, no, that's how the agency that represents him now, that's how they scouted him. Barcelona brought him on trial like 2 weeks later, bro. A lot of people know that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard of that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
For people who don't know, Christian.
Oh, Pulisic. Yeah, you already know. That's you know what I'm saying? That's a very, you know, treasured friend of mine. I think honestly, bro, I'm really proud of his career and like where he's come. Like just honestly seeing us grow, like, cause at that camp in Spain, we were roommates. So you know what I'm saying? So like I remember I had this phone, bro. I had this phone that turned into like a gaming console at the time. I forgot what it was called. But like, bro, Christian loved playing FIFA on this shit. But like it was draining my battery, bro. And like I'm in Spain, bro. And like before the games and before training, he's like, yo, Raheem, like, can I play this game on your phone? And I'm like, bro, like I need my cellular like this is back, like there's no Instagram or social. You're just trying to be able to have your battery to like record what's going on in Spain. Cause yo, these are memories you'll never get back. So I'm just recording everything. I'm taking photos and I'm like, bro, I need my battery. So I was we were low-key getting at each other, but like at the same time, like, bro, like that's my boy, you know what I'm saying? To see him on that trip, to see where he's at now, it's incredible. Yeah.
Do you think Pulisic is the best player you played with?
I would say yeah. I would say the best player that I seen like play, yeah. Christian by far. Yeah. I would say at the time there was a couple other prospects that were around that were good. Like I always like Haji Wright was always had potential, you know what I'm saying? It was just a matter of just like if he wanted to tap into like his real like true power. Because the thing about Haji is like he's the type of guy where it's like he'll be chilling for like 60 minutes, 65th minute, he just picks up the ball and just dribbles everybody and scores. But it's like, bro, like where was that? You know what I'm saying?
So
it's
it's
A little too nonchalant.
yeah, so I'm like, bro. So I'm like, nah, like when he turns up, bro, he turns up, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we always knew he had potential. But I think Christian, for me, just had that like the IQ that you don't see a lot of American players have at that age. Because looking back at it now, what I'm noticing about a lot of kids developing now is like they have that technique. They have the training now, bro. Like in America, the structure's there, bro. Like for these kids to really become prospects on a world scale. Like I believe back in our age, it was like on a national scale, we were great. A couple of us would go on trial in Europe, hopefully make it, but like we wasn't too sure. Nowadays, bro, every US tournament, Manchester United's there, Celtics there, like teams from Africa, Flamengo, Palmeiras, all these clubs, not only are they coming, but they're scouting, bro. So back when I was playing, bro, we didn't have much of those international teams coming to watch. It was really American centralized and focused. So to see Christian play at that level and have those sharp turns and really just scanning, you know, looking for that space, asking for the ball in dangerous positions and coming through with it because he was small. So then when he grew, it was like he already had the technique. So it was like, all right, now he added the pace. And then at Dortmund, bro, like he was so quick, bro. And then at Chelsea up until that, he had a hamstring injury that kind of like he had to change the way he played a little bit. He's still quick though, like, you know what I'm saying? But like if you watch some of his early Dortmund clips, bro, or like
biggest Dortmund fan right here.
Yeah, his early Dortmund clips though, or like his Chelsea pre that FA Cup final injury, because even in that game he was hooping. Him and Olivier Giroud scored, bro. He was hooping against City. I remember that game at Stamford Bridge too. On who was it again? On Ben Mendy. You know what I'm saying? RIP his career, but he was gone. And Pulisic hit it far post. You know what I'm saying? Goal. It was like he was doing these things on a scale that was great. So I'm happy for him, bro. You know what I'm saying? AC Milan, you know, they're trying to figure it out, but he's an important piece of their team.
Was he like one of those players that like the coaches like kind of protected because like everyone knew like he was gonna make it? Yeah.
Christian early, bro. All the coaches loved him. So like at the time, we were at U17 residency program. So the coach was Richie Williams. And when I was leaving TFC's academy, that's where I went. I went straight to residency from there. Because basically, I couldn't get my visa to play back in Toronto. It was weird. I was Canadian, but I couldn't get it because they thought I was coming to Canada to live in Canada for footballing reasons. So they're like, you got to go back. So I remember my mom, she literally called back U.S. Soccer. Like I told you, my mom, my agent, bro.
Momager, bro.
She emailed them. She's like, yo, could you guys, you know what I'm saying, this happened. Could Raheem get a second chance? They're like, all right, bet we'll bring him in, bro. Real one. Shout out, mom.
Damn.
W mom. But when I got there, bro, from not playing at Toronto affected my body, bro, because I wasn't playing 90 minutes consistently. And that level at residency was high, bro. You're going against Christian, Luca De La Torre, Haji Wright, like guys who are solidified. Tyler Adams, who was my guy. Solidified guys on the national team you're playing with every day. You have to be 100%. And I remember the first game I played, I could tell like the coaches were kind of like, yo, like he just came from Canada. Like, is he really, you know what I'm saying? Which national team is he going to kind of play for? Like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of got that. So, you know what I'm saying? It kind of felt like I was a little bit on the outside looking in. So I just really had to like grind. And I think I remember the first game we played because we played against the older national team. So this national team had like Justin Glad, Jackson Ewell, Mukwele Akalu, who was a big prospect at the time, Eric Palmer Brown. They were older than us. We were playing the 98, 97. Like that was like the age group in the U.S. at the time. A lot of prospects from that age group. So we're playing against each other. I get subbed in like the 60th minute. And you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go, bro. And the game, you know, was crazy. Residency was in Bradenton. So like I was still kind of in Florida, so I was familiar with the area. So like I would have like family friends who were just around training at that thing, like around the field.
Yeah.
And so I saw people that knew me, that watched, and that gave me that confidence because during those sessions at residency, those first training sessions, bro, I was fucking horrible, bro. I was so bad. Like I was like just wasn't confident, and I was like, bro, like I need something, bro. I need to come with something. I can't just be out here and just show like nothing while I'm here. Going this game, 60th minute, bro. I went in as striker, just like Justin Glad, like muscling him, turning, sprinting, first run, get a cross in. Like it should have been a tap in, it should have been a goal, but he missed. But it was like, yo, like what the fuck, like that was crazy. Like because I'm taking a center back from the outside. I'm like 5'7", but like I used to use my lower body strength and just my speed, and I'll just get around. And I was dangerous that game, you know what I'm saying? But I could still feel my fitness wasn't there, but I was kind of hiding it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that game, they were like, okay, like there's something that he could work with here. Second game I played the next weekend, bro, my body just wasn't coping with the training still, bro. I was still trying to adapt. And I should have, and I wish in hindsight, I would have been like, yo, guys, like I just came from Toronto. Like I need a little like mini preseason or something to get my fitness back up to speed. But nah, like there's no time to waste, bro. The U17 World Cup's around the corner. You think Richie Williams gives a fuck? Like, he's like, bro, are you gonna play or not, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Give me the chance, because like, and your mom called like, hey, he's ready. Like,
exactly. So
like,
and it's next man up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're not the next winger, Mackenzie Gaines or Joshua Perez, like Josh Perez, right behind you, ready to take your spot. So, bro, once I got an injury after that second game, and I just couldn't really play then, and then I was out for like 2 months of that semester, bro. So then when I came back, it was towards the last weeks of like the semester ending, and that's when you know if you're gonna get cut or you're gonna be safe. And like came back in those training sessions, I was trying to get sharp back, but at the time, luckily, I had a coach who was from Philadelphia Union. He was watching our training sessions, and it turns out he was actually from Florida, and he scouted me from when I was in club soccer in Florida. Like I played against his team and scored like a hat trick. So he kept up with me, and I was in that session, and he called me over, and he's like, yo, like, what are you going to do after residency? What's your plans? And I'm like, shit, man, if I get cut, I don't know, bro. I ain't really got a club right now. Like, I guess I'll just go back to Florida. And he was like, nah, like, how about you come up to Philadelphia Union? Like, we're just starting up our residency program. Like, I think you would be a good experience for you. So I was like, all right, bet. Flew up to Philly, saw what they're trying to do. Like, now you guys see what YAC and Philadelphia Union was doing. But, like, we were the prototypes, bro. Like, I was going to this school, there was 12 of us. It was me, Isaiah Young, who's currently playing in the second Bundesliga. He ended up leaving our club to go play for another team in New Jersey. And like other prospects around. The next year that I came was like my first like real year, and I tore my meniscus in between that season and residency. So I had to recover from that. In time for preseason. I'm back at Philly. Bro, on my team, I get to the session. First friend I meet, Austin Trusty, bro. Like, off rip. Like, what's good, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, then Mark McKenzie, you know what I'm saying? Gang, like, you know what I'm saying? So, Brendan Aronson, Lil Brendan, just small, bro. Like, you're like, this is like, you're starting to see the origin story of like where this could go. And being a part of it was so crazy because I'm there with him. Like, I'm a prospect too. You know what I'm saying? So, we having preseason, we getting ready for the season, and like, I remember I actually got hurt. I got hurt again, like after 2 games. My body was still just trying to get ready, bro. But I knew they were like, Raheem, the reason why your body's not adapting is because you're so fast, but you have no glute strength. Like, your glutes are like the essential to that's how Gareth Bale, how all these athletes, how these players, like your glute has to be strong to make sure your hamstrings are good. So like, if you see wingers pulling their hamstrings because their glutes aren't strong enough. So bro, for like 6 months, I was just doing like literally ass exercises, like getting my glutes
Trying to be
strong
like
as
Eden Hazard,
fuck.
bro.
Bro, the Hazard step, crazy.
Exactly, bro.
Then I want to say when I came back for that next year, I had half a season of my U16 year basically. So my U16 year, half the season I was injured, bro. So I maybe had like 1 assist. I barely played minutes. As soon as I got fit, bro, I remember I got my opportunity and I just went on a tear, bro. I think I scored like 14 goals in like 9 games or something. 10 games. We had playoffs that year, and we went into playoffs, and I was starting off with like 10 at least, and then we go into the playoff games. I'm still scoring. We're scoring goals. Everybody's kind of watching Philly at this time. Yeah. All the other clubs are like, yo, Philly's killing.
They
like,
got something there.
We were U16 year. We was killing teams. We was playing a 4-4-2 diamond, and we had Austin Trusty and Mark McKenzie at center back. Matt Real, who plays USL Championship at left back. Right back, we have my boy Rob Campbell, who went D1, like former D1. Our CDM, Joey Desart, played in MLS. Lamine Conte played pro USL champ. Anthony Fontana played in Europe, played for the Union first team. Our right wing, Jack Skane, who plays in MLS for San Jose. Up top was me and Justin McMaster, who played at Minnesota. So everybody went pro on my team, bro. So that's the expectation, bro. The expectation is to get signed. So, like, people are watching these prospects. They're like, yo, Philly, like, they doing it, and they having kids live there. They're like, yo, they go to school there. Like, what's the whole, like, everybody's trying to join Philly. I would literally get text message, bro. Like, he could tell you, bro, people would hit me like, yo, Raheem, can I join Philly Union? You didn't get a trial?
Damn, bro.
And yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to put my mans on, though. I'm trying to put my mans on.
Agent Raheem,
it almost
bro.
worked. Agent Raheemovic. That's the initial steps to what I do now. So, yeah, bro, there was just prospects coming out, and our team was making noise at this playoffs. And then, bro, we had a quarterfinal against New England Revolution. And I was a sub. So, like, my role on the team, I was just super sub. So, like, they were like, Raheem,
man.
More like a troll star, eh?
Literally, I would come into games as a sub and score like a hat trick.
Yeah,
like
eh?
20, 30
You're like
minutes,
that, huh?
bro, or like 2 goals. Yeah, like, or a goal. Like, that's how I came on the field, actually. Like, I actually embraced being a sub. It was weird, bro. Like, I didn't really care. And I was like, yo, for those 30 minutes, I'm just going to fucking just do as many sprints as I can. And eventually it's going to lead to a one-on-one.
Yeah.
And shit, from there, it's either I bag or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm getting those opportunities, I'll do it. So, like, it's quarterfinal against Revs. We scored on them first. Then they scored. Then they scored again. Then we scored. Then they scored. It was like 3-2, bro. Or, yeah, it was 2-2. It was 2-2. 2-2 at halftime. My coach is like, Raheem, 60th minute, like, you know what to do. Like,
Start warming up.
That was my routine. Like, I would just chill. Like, that day, I was so relaxed. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy? Before that game, I was having, like, issues with my house mom, and that's another aspect that a lot of people don't talk about. Like, when you're living away from home, when you're not with your family, like, and you're expected to produce at this scale, and, like, you're trying to figure out, like, I didn't get along with my house mom. She didn't feed us well before, and, like, but we had a great relationship. It was very complicated. Because, you know, also, like, a lot of the house parents, their kids are on the team. So if their kid's not playing, they're not going to be happy about hosting kids.
And you're playing.
And I'm playing. Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah. So, like, and we're the same position. So,
damn.
You know what I'm saying? So, but, yeah. So we go into that game, and, like, things were a little chaotic behind the scenes. But I was just like, bro, like, I remember I ate, like, a banana with some honey. And I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? My energy feeling good today. I was like, I don't know what it was. And the game got packed, bro. So nowadays, people see Philadelphia Union's whole infrastructure, and it's insane. But back then, it was just one field, one training field.
Damn.
And we had that championship field. Originally, we wanted to play in the stadium, but we couldn't. So they're like, all right, bet we'll let you guys play on, like, the first team's training pitch. Bro, AFC Bournemouth was playing, like, a friendly around that time, and Crystal Palace.
Oh.
So, bro, like, around the pitch is, like, AFC Bournemouth, all their scouts, all their players. The game got packed, bro. Like, so the game's 2-2. They're like, Raheem, you're going in 65th minute. I get a ball on the run. I'm fighting. I'm going. I get the ball, score. Like, almost instantly when I get on the field, I'm like, all right, bet we got one. So it's like I think it's 3-2 at the time. We concede again. It's 3-3. So we're like, shit, man, we're back into it. We're back into it again. Started raining, pouring.
Jeez.
Ball comes. Get on a loose ball. I was at the near post.
Okay.
And for some reason, instead of hitting it with my left, I, like, flicked it with, like, the outside of my right, but I was near post, and, like, it went in. And I did the craziest celebration. I was up. I got 2 already. It's like 2 and 15. I'm like 2. I think I like 2 in like 15 minutes. So I'm feeling like Robert Lewandowski. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like, let me get some more. So then they started pushing because we were up 4-3 at that time. So last minute of the game, they do a Hail Mary. They put the goalkeeper in the box. Bro, Austin Trusty just heads that out. Someone kicks it up the field.
And you're there.
Bro, I got to show you guys the clip. Like, bro, run up the field, knock it in, score 5-3, bro. We win. Hat trick, bro.
Jeez.
Super sub, bro. And then we go to LA, play against FC Dallas. And Weston McKinney also got cut when I got cut at residency.
Damn. Wow.
So he had something to prove, bro. At residency, bro, he was going through it, bro. The coaches did not give him any love, any chance. You know, that's the thing about football, bro. It's not always the players that you look at that are like, yo, those are the guys at 15, 16.
Yeah.
Bro, some guys, it's like, yo, they got fucking cut. They went back to their club and just said, fuck it, bro. Like, that was,
It's like never the case. Like, always you hear about these wonder kids coming out of the academy. Like, it doesn't happen. And, like, those guys that are quiet and didn't really get looked at are the ones coming through.
Yeah.
And
Bro.
it's like, yeah, sometimes it is like the hardship that kind of clicks something in the head where like, if they're not going to give me the opportunity, I have to go find it somewhere else, and I'm going to try twice as hard.
Absolutely, bro. And Weston always had that engine, but he just like, I think the coaches didn't think he was that much in shape. It's just his body type.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he has a bigger body, he a bigger frame, but bro, Weston could run all day, bro.
Yeah. 99
You don't have to worry about him not running, bro. Weston could go box to box. But he got cut and we played each other that game. And FC Dallas, they knew our game plan. They're like, yo, they're playing a 4-4-2 diamond. They're going to wait till Raheem comes in. Like, everybody knew our shit.
Everyone knew you
Like,
were.
I remember articles before the game even said, like, yo, this is their tactic. They're going to sub Raheem on, but we think, like, FC Dallas is going to win.
And at the time, like FC Dallas were really like a
Bro,
well-established.
FC Dallas was nice, bro. FC Dallas was nice. You know what I'm
They always
saying?
had the Dallas Cups. Like I remember going to like down there and doing the showcases over there too.
Mhm.
Like they had their shit together way before any other academy did.
For sure, bro. Dallas Cup. FC Dallas was one of the original academies, like Kellen Acosta, like my boy, bro, who I known since young. Like, he was playing first team at like 15, bro. FC Dallas, straight out. So, like, they were one of the first MLS clubs that, like, they half gave you a chance. Like, back then, MLS clubs was not using youth like that. Like, Philadelphia Union could care less. Like, we were the prototypes, bro. We were kind of early for our time. And that's why I'm so grateful that, like, you know what I'm saying, Mark McKenzie and Austin and, like, these guys are able to play fucking, like, Champions League football, Europa League football, from playing from, like, with us, like, Philly. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
where we
the
at now?
level, bro. So for them to even do that in the environment that we're at then, because back then, like, there was no MLS Next, like I said, there wasn't really that gap way in between, like, and still in U.S. soccer, there's not really that gap, like, from U20 to pro. There's not that in between. That's like, you can play USL champ, but I feel like as a young player, if you go on loan to a USL club, it almost doesn't help you, bro. Like, once you go down to USL, I feel like coaches look at you at a different light. I don't know what it is.
At that time too, like were a lot of the teams looking their players to just showcase them to go like obviously to school,
Solid.
NCAA, and even just obviously the next pro route. If there's not pro, there's obviously the NCAA route, right?
Yeah, definitely college was a bigger factor back then. Like,
Yeah.
college was like, yo, why am I going to sign for an MLS team? Sign a 1-year deal with an option. So in MLS, they do option years, bro. It's not like in Europe where they're like, yo, we're going to give you a 2-year deal. Maybe give you 1 year to develop, 1 more year to, like, really go at it and then move. Or, like, go at it first year, you're hooping, and then you sign a new contract and you're there long term.
Yeah.
Bro, in MLS, it's 1 year or bust, bro. So, bro, for a lot of players, fam, you there for the year, you sign out of college.
You're done.
What happened to all these prospects that were at these MLS drafts? You probably hear about 2 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? You hear about Tajon, but you don't hear about all the other
Guys.
60 guys that got picked after him.
What,
Bro,
what about that
happened
guy that was better than him but got injured in that 1 year, and because he was injured, now he can't play? But he was
Exactly.
probably better than all those players.
Yeah, and we know a couple of guys too. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you know Anuel. He got he got drafted for like New York City as well. And like obviously you don't have your opportunity and like
Kwame.
Kwame, right?
Kwame Owu, yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, Kwams. Yeah, shout out Kwams, bro.
Right.
We had him here one time, bro.
Yeah,
Too, like you know what I mean?
Kwams was great, bro. He signed for New York City FC.
Yeah.
He was there.
He was there when the Pirlo was there. Like, dude, you're high. Like,
David
Yeah.
Villa too, he said.
and
Yeah,
all those guys.
yeah, bro.
That
He
was
was playing with legends, bro. Think about it. Coming out of college, you playing NCAA to playing with Pirlo, bro.
Mod, bro.
You Pirlo pinging you the ball in the morning. Like,
Yeah, bro.
nah, that's
crazy.
experience that he'll never forget.
Right?
But it also shows you, like, the system of U.S. soccer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of players get shifted down to USL. And, like, once you go down to that league, it's hard to go back up. And I feel like in England and other clubs and other teams in Europe and other systems, if you're playing in the Spain first division, you go down to the second division and hoop, you can still get another opportunity with a La Liga club. You know what I'm saying? They're going to look at you and be like, like, he bagged 19? Like, give him a shot.
100%.
Bro, in MLS and USL, it's like you could score 23 goals, leading goal scorer USL. You're not getting signed by MLS next year. The next year, you're not going up a level. Why? Like, that's crazy.
And even looking at then versus now, like obviously you see all those opportunities that are given now to players and just the whole setup. You can tell like a lot of players back then who had the talent just didn't get the opportunity. Then like, dude, imagine the talents that were there available back then that just didn't have those opportunities. It's crazy.
Have you ever seen Adrian Penna play soccer?
No.
Both footed.
Yo, like the brother.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh, Adrian, this the big striker.
One of the best players I've ever seen in my life.
Never had a shot.
Damn, bro.
Never had a shot. Like, and it's crazy because like you guys can relate to this in the Canadian system as well. Like, so
Yeah, even us growing up too. Like we played an academy football coming up, and like we've had some the main thing for us was just showcase to NCAA. Anywhere you went to visit schools, you played soccer there, had some showcases, had some opportunities, but it was never, can you go pro? That was never an option, ever. I feel like you start seeing some of the guys now, like after us, when it started picking up where they had the system, they had their, OSL, OPDL, I think it's called now.
Yeah, bro. Canadian leagues are crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Last thing I say, because I'm not going to talk about it. Would you say
Use a mic.
Would you say the U.S. college system has done more for the Canadian national national team than MLS academies?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You got to think about it. Look at this. Kyle Larin, Tajon Buchanan, Kamal Miller,
Johnston too.
Alistair Johnston.
Bombito.
Moyes Bombito, bro. And he went to a small school, New Hampshire or some shit. Bro, Tani Oluwaseyi.
Yeah, Louis.
Bro,
Yeah.
I almost ended up going to that St. John's for a little bit, which is crazy. Me and Tani would have played together, which would have been amazing, but I couldn't transfer. But like, NCAA had a lot of Canadian prospects, bro. Who was the goalkeeper that played for TFC for a while from Syracuse? Alex Bono, yeah. So like, bro, NCAA, like you got to think about it like this, bro. The Canadian system, though, at the end of the day, it's tough, bro. It's pretty limited. You got to think. You only got 3 professional teams in Canada that are like at that MLS level. They can't scout everybody, especially back then, bro. You're asking a lot. There's 20 slots on every team, bro.
Exactly.
20 slots on a U18 team, 20 slots on a U20 team. Look how big Canada is. You think they got all the players in Canada from 3 clubs?
It's not going to happen overnight. Like we see the League One is obviously a big thing now. We see CPL now a big thing now. But now let's just transition from League One to CPL to TF to straight MLS. But like you said, there's only 3 teams.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, it's difficult.
I think the biggest thing for Canadian soccer and Raheem and anybody who has a thought, like obviously time in, I think it's that U16 level, that gray area. Are you going to be able to play with men or are you not?
Yeah.
And I think that's what CPL provides. You see people like Shola at York and U17 Canadian national team players saying, I'm going to go play CPL. And that's why CPL is good. It literally teaches you how to be a man, how to play with men.
Yeah, bro. Look at the Rosario brothers, bro.
Yeah,
Their dad, I mean, he helped them as best as he could. But at the end of the day, like, you could take them to the water, but they got to drink, bro. They got to produce. So, like, for his
Your name
son,
can only take you so far.
your name could only take you so far. So it's like, listen, bro. His older son Osaze, bro, he's scoring goals at Seattle, bro.
Seattle, yeah,
He's like
bro.
on his 3rd or 4th goal now. I'm actually kind of upset that he low key already played for Guyana because I'm thinking like, Canada. Like if he keeps on scoring, you might get a little op. Like you never know what you looking for before a World Cup. You want all your options for Canada. No matter who's. I know we have Joe David, Promise David, everything that's happening, Kyle Larin, but before a World Cup, bro, you want all options, bro.
And competition. Competition makes players better.
Exactly,
So
bro.
if you have more strikers, more competition, you're gonna want to be better.
Tanya, exactly. So you know what I'm saying? Seeing that, bro, guys are getting the opportunity at CPL, and that's a good route, bro. It's a good route.
Even seeing some stories like Promix, for example, we had him here the other day, and like just telling his story, and we have a lot of like, his buddies too, and some guys we know like doing like the almost the impossible route where sure you don't really want to go to school because like you said, you go to school, you have that 1 year if you have that, you're able to show yourself. I get that opportunity, or you know what, just put it all in, bet on yourself 100%, and go to like Malta, Finland, play 2nd or 3rd division, and go from there, right? Like. You're literally betting on yourself at this point. Like you're betting on your family. Like it's all investment. If you can do it, dude, kudos to you. Cause like you said, Promise's story, like that's crazy.
Bro, he was
From
playing in
Malta.
some crazy places, bro. And like, I was one of those guys where it was like, it got to a point in my career where I was like, nah, bro, I couldn't play in Malta.
That's
and
levels, bro.
yeah.
It's mentality and like, bro, how hard can you go? Cause dude, you're back here. Your family invested so much money on you. You're not at school now. Like, fuck, what do you do with yourself?
What do you do, bro? He had to sink or swim, bro, and he swam, bro. That's why I got mad respect for Promise David. I think he a prospect, bro. Like, I think, to be honest, bro, like, he might starting to, like, over Kyle Larin a little bit soon. Like, the competition getting there for Canada.
It's age too, right? Like,
Telling you,
someone
it's
who's-
age, bro.
yeah.
So that's the thing about Canada. Like, Jesse Marsch gonna have some decisions to make, bro. And honestly, I have a great relationship with Jesse, bro. He's a great human being, bro. Like, honestly, like, to see him coaching Canada and what he's doing now is awesome because I actually met him when he was in Leeds.
Oh yeah.
And I watched Tyler Adams playing the game when he was at Leeds United. And after the game, they have like a canteen because Leeds United Stadium is still super old, bro.
Yeah.
It's the same stadium since like way back, bro. No improvements really. So like what you get is what you get at Leeds, bro. For real.
It's like United.
Yeah. So I went into like the canteen. I see his wife is American, so like we're talking about him, and like we're talking about UVA, going to school there, and then Jesse comes and like I introduce myself, I tell him I'm Tyler's friend, and we played together. And then I ended up interviewing him like in like for goal, like during MLS Media Day, and we got to interact again. So you know what I'm saying? So you tapping into what these people early on, and then you never know where your life leads to where now you working with them. Yeah, it's cool.
Exactly. And you know what? Like you said, kudos to Jesse Marsch, what he's done for Canada so far. Incredible. And you can really see that he loves Canada and the Canadian sport.
Yeah, he gives a fuck,
how
bro.
big.
Yeah, he
and
cares.
He wants it to grow here in Canada. You see him going to CPL games too, Forge games, all those games, because he says there's talent here. There's talent in Canada, and we're starting to notice it more. We're starting to see those teams in Europe, starting to see those players here in Canada, and even in the States. Like, you know what? Now with the years coming in with the World Cup next year, European teams are realizing how much quality there is in the U.S. and Canada.
For sure.
North America, again, it's a melting pot of different cultures, right? You have people like yourself. You say you're from Jamaican. You're Jamaican. You have Latinos. You have all this and that. Like, there's so much here in North America that these European teams are starting to finally tap in.
For sure, bro.
So like, moving into now, like a little bit more about you. How did you get your IG name? Like, where did the Raheemovic come into play? Just to like.
Oh, that's a good question, bro. That's a good question, bro. So I had a coach. I went on a trip to the Netherlands when I was a young player, and like I don't know what it was, but like I think at the time, Ibra was playing at Ajax at the time, and like I took a shot from like way outside the box, and he's like, Raheemovic, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, wait, what you just called me again? Like, I kind of like that, you know. I was like, Raheemovic, and then bro, like he kept on calling me that, and then and I kind of held on to that, and I changed my IG name to it, and that's like my creator name now, bro. To this day, bro. Like, shout out Coach Steve Pete, bro. He gave me my first name, man. Like,
fire, bro.
Raheemovic, bro, and it just kind of stuck because I was like, it's the perfect like thing together. It's my name plus like a prominent European footballer that people may or may not know, but people are gonna ask you questions about. They're gonna be like, Raheem, are you Russian? Like I heard people ask me like, like one of my friends, like his girlfriend thought my name was Raheem and my last name was Movic, so she used to be like, hey, Mr. Movic,
bro.
Or like,
Stop.
Nah, for real. I'll get text messages saying, hey, Raheemovic. I'm like, hey, like, nah. The name is definitely kind of taking on the name of its own at this point, but really it just started from that when I was a player.
That's fire, bro.
And shout out Ibra too, man. I read his book like 16 times.
Yeah, bro. That's a fire out of
I'm a big Ibra fan. Yeah, but go ahead.
How did you start doing content full time?
Bro, I had the craziest story, man. We got to go way back, bro. So at the time, I was playing at Oregon State University. I was finishing up my last year, and the year before, I had got suspended for like half the season because I went on trial to some clubs over in Europe. And they saw it, NCAA. And then when I was trying to come back to get reinstated, they suspended me for half the season for playing a friendly game in Denmark. They saw it on Transfer Market, bro.
Damn.
Crazy.
Wow.
And I had to get that shit wiped, bro. Like to get NCAA to like get me back in for real, reinstated.
That's
Crazy, bro. 6-month process, bro.
Damn.
Then I finally got to Oregon State. They're like, yo, you're missing half the season. So I was like, damn, bro. So I had to wait 8 games. Finally get my first game against Stanford. Get an assist. Then we played against University of Washington. I got like a backheel assist, and then we played against Cal Berkeley, and Drake Callender was in net, and I scored the game winner against Drake Callender. Yeah. And who just got traded to Charlotte. And then I was like, all right, bet. We didn't make the tournament that year, but the next year I'm gonna come in like ready to go, play in the summer, get right. 2020 COVID, bro. No footy, no season, no NCAA was on locks, bro. We were literally training with masks on, bro. It was crazy.
It's mod, bro.
You go into the training session, we have to do certain drills so everybody's away from each other. So you're doing 1v1 drills. They're like, make sure you guys are 6 feet apart. Like, bro, it was a madness, bro. I don't think people realize how crazy COVID was when it came to football, because we were still trying to train as a team, expecting to have a season. And it wasn't until like literally like the beginning of September when NCAA just said, yo, like this is a wrap. Nobody's playing.
That's funny because we were playing men's league at the time, and they were saying like, hey, we can play. It was also at the time where like, hey, can we do this?
Everything was a little iffy, bro. I was gonna lie. I was doing some questionable behavior during COVID, fam. I wasn't going with the protocols at times.
So the league's like, okay, well, they'll just run it. even though we'll see what everyone else is saying, but like guys, you can't header the ball. It's like what the hell
What
he
the
done?
fuck?
Yeah.
You gonna shoulder that shit like Balotelli? Like what the hell?
Chest it down, bro.
Yeah, so it's crazy, bro. Like it was insane. So, but there was still an MLS draft beginning of 2021.
Mm.
So like, okay, let me just declare for the draft. Like I'll use my background, like everything that I had, all the stats. I put together a good highlight tape, bro. I ran like the 30-yard, 30-meter. I did like I ran the 30-meter. I beat like the MLS record like at my school. I still have it on video. Like I'm quick, bro. Like I was very fast, bro. So like the record was by DeJuan Jones. It was like 4.62 and I got 4.58, bro. Or no, he was 3.668 and I got 3.58, bro.
Damn.
So like if I went to the MLS draft, like if they had a combine, like bro, like I was even the jumping, like the vertical, like 40, bro. My vertical is like 42 inches, bro. He could tell you, bro, like
Damn, bro.
real athletic, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, bet. So I had everything. So, bro, the day before the draft, like a couple of days before the draft, I'm hearing interest from like Orlando City, like Toronto, because I played there, like Philly, and I was like, okay, like things are looking all right. I remember I was in Boston, and then I get a call. They're like, yo, Raheem, like MLS is not putting you on the draft eligibility list. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, what's going on? Why can't I get on the list? Everybody gets to be on the eligibility list. If you're a senior, like you're automatically on it. Like it's like 300 people and only like 60 get drafted, bro. It's like a big number of people. It's a big pool. So I'm like, this should be the easiest step, bro. Like I did everything, bro. Like I went to Europe, did all this, did all the NCAA, I declared, did all this. So, bro, I called my coach. My coach hits the guy from MLS. And he's like, nah, we're not going to put him on the list. The list is too long enough. To this day, I don't know why he didn't. And he coached at UVA, but I don't know if the things, things get around. But at the same time, it's so crazy because now we're like we're friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he works for MLS. I work in the media agency, media world. And like, bro, we work with MLS and like, we cool now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a matter of maturing, but like at the time, like that was a career ender for me, bro. Like once I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get drafted, I was like, that was my last chance to get a trial at like a MLS team, show them what I'm capable of. If that didn't work out, it was gonna be tough. So I hit up that same scout that scouted me to Philly. I was like, yo, he's at Inter Miami now. So I hit him up. I'm like, is there any way for me to get into Inter Miami preseason? He's like, nah, but we can get you in with the second team. So I was like, bet, I'll go. Bro, I'm going there. Training with them. David Beckham's watching some of the sessions, bro. I'm playing right wing, playing well, bro. Like first game, I was like assists, like really running at guys one-on-one. Like one of my boys that I met on that trial, Jason Buckner. I don't know if you ever seen him. He's another content creator, but he plays for LA Galaxy too. So like, bro, that's how I met him. You know what I'm saying? He's young at the time. So I was like, all right, bet. So I'm doing my thing. They tell me to stay another week. That second game, bro, I felt like a little like niggle, like behind my hamstring right before the game.
Damn.
And like I played well, but I didn't have my same pace. I was playing maybe like 75%, 80%. And they're like, yo, Raheem, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to recommend you to some USL teams, but like, we're going to focus more on our youth. And I just told them respectfully, I was like, honestly, like, I was kind of just tired of just like the trials. And
Done with it.
bro, I knew that what this was going to lead to. I was like, bro, like I always said, like when I first started this, because I was the type of guy, I knew the U.S. soccer system through and through. Like I tell you everything. I was like, if my career is going to lead me to play be a USL journeyman, it was like, it just wasn't for me. Like there's people who could do that.
Yeah.
Go live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, then go live in Oakland, then go live in Birmingham, and then go live in another. I was like,
Just
bro,
one year.
1 year deal. And I'm like, bro, I'm like,
Respect.
I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get to leave on my own terms at least. You know what I'm saying? No injuries. I'm healthy. I know I could do other things. But, bro, like, I had a lot of family things that were going on at the time that were, like, really affecting me. And, bro, I remember one time I was on FaceTime with my boy Terrell. And Terrell was with Christian in London. I FaceTime him. I'm like, yo, like, what you guys up to? He's like, yo, we're chilling. Like, Christian's just recovering. I'm like, hey, like, can I come see you guys over there? Christian's like, yeah, bro, pull up. So I was like, all right, bet. So I literally left Canada, took like a whole COVID test, flew to England, chill with Christian for like 2 weeks, bro. Just what I was trying to get from that trip was like just learning his world, seeing what I could find in my life, because he knew I was going through a lot at the time. And like, you know what I'm saying? Those were like my brothers, you know what I'm saying? Or those are my brothers. That's who I consider, you know, really close friends of mine. And I was like, I'm with them. I'm with good people. I'm going in London. I'm going shopping in, like, you know, I'm with Christian. Like, I'm experiencing this whole new culture.
That's cool.
And he had this shoot with EA, I think for EAFC 23 or EA FIFA 23. He did it with like Clint Dempsey. They're coming out with like a World Cup edition.
Mm-hmm.
And I was behind the scenes on it. And they're like, the agency that was working on the project, two of their guys, the couple that I met on the project who were producing it, they were from Portland, Oregon, and I went to Oregon State. So I was like, yeah, it was good. You guys some Americans. And then they're like, yo, guys, like, we need to figure out an outfit for Christian. Like, who has the best fashion sense here? And everybody just looked to me. I was like, all right, bet. Like,
Right at you.
so I picked this purple like tracksuit, and I opened up the collar like this. Like, I gave him like a little like I popped the collar on it. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they be like the media be portraying Christian as like this really shy guy, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, bro, pop your shit, bro. Like you here with EA, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? We low key showed up mad late to the shoot because you know like. Things happen, bro. So we showed, and they was low key mad about it, but I was playing it cool. That's why I came with the personality, and I was making it cool. So we're doing the shoot. I'm learning more about like what's going on behind the game,
Behind the
and like
scenes and stuff.
I ain't have that type of like spark inspire me since I started playing footy, and when I quit, I was trying to figure out what I was doing. And I'm like, yo, like. I don't know if it's gonna be like production or something, but I was like, yo, I'm fucking with this right now. Like I'm seeing Christian, they're having like water on the floor and like Nikes in it and like all these ads and shit. And like we're going on Stamford Bridge's field. We're seeing everything, bro. I'm recording him behind the scenes. Everything's focused on him. There's like a picture of me like holding his backpack and like we're walking together and it has like CP on the it's sick, bro. Like memories that will last a lifetime, bro. So like that trip, when I came back home, I was like, I got to do something in the space, bro. And then I ended up having like a fashion show like in December that brought a lot of guys from MLS together. And I was selling like art pieces. So like you guys can see like, bro, I was trying everything, bro.
Yeah.
Just trying a little bit of everything, just trying to do events, trying to keep myself relevant. I was still trying to figure it out. But I looked like I was doing something though. You know what I'm saying? So
Keeping busy, bro.
Bringing 38 MLS guys. We're having a dinner. We're having a fashion show. We're out. Like it was lit, bro. The next year I had one. Bro, like I got Chris Richards, Mark McKenzie, and Matthew Hoppy involved. Shout out to them. And I got my friend Kyle Guy, who I went to school with at UVA. He won a national championship there. And he played in the NBA for the Miami Heat for a number of years. He just retired to become a coach. But he was like one of the first people to believe in me. He's like, yo, Raheem, I'm going to give you $5,000. Like, have your event and have our branding on it.
Sick.
So then early on, I started learning about sponsorships and branding because a lot of people, when they have these ideas, when you go to a brand, for example, you gotta have your brand, you gotta have your ideas ready in like a year in advance. These brands that you're working with, like the major ones, Adidas, Nike, these brands, they know what they're working with a year in advance. So if you come with them with some little idea, unless they somehow got a little budget left, they gonna be like, yo, you're not a part of the plan, bro.
It's true.
So I was like, I'm gonna create my own thing. I'm gonna do my own thing. And then I remember I did my first ever like podcast type episode. And I was doing it with Chris Richards when I was in Miami. I was like, yo, pull up to this studio. And he's like, yo, you mind if I bring my boy? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Who's your boy? He's like, yo, Joshua Xerxes. And I'm like, yeah, I heard of him, bro. I was like, nah, but like nobody, like he wasn't like that yet. But like I was like, yo, I heard of him. Because I seen him play for Bayern for a couple of friendlies and stuff like that. So he comes, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing him, bro. They both tall as hell. You know I'm short as shit, but I still have the dap up. We seen each other. We link it up. They pull up in some Louis Vuitton bags. Like they was younger then, so they enjoy Miami. You know what I'm saying? So like we go into the studio and yo, Josh is like more of like a reserved person.
Yeah, you can see it.
So like I was getting my first experience being on the mic, and it was funny because me and my boy Terrell, we were doing it together, but he was more on like the quieter side. I kind of just took over it, and it ended up being sick, bro. Like. Josh was talking about like American culture, what it was like for him at Bayern, like seeing Alphonso Davies get super buff in his transformation, like, and we're making content together. And this is like the first clips of Josh, like getting people to like, I was like literally one of the first people to see Josh grow like in the media space, him and Chris.
Fire.
So we're doing this content. Amazing episode, an hour long. It's still up to this day. Like when Josh went to Manchester United, it kind of got like some upticks, but like definitely a episode that I always cherish because it kind of started my career right there. Joshua Xerxes, Chris Richards, first episode. So I would say that was my first ever shot at content. And then that's how I got into eventually working with Goal and doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah, man, it's crazy story.
Yeah.
You had one opportunity to go to London, just change it.
Literally changed and that's why I'm always grateful, you know what I'm saying, for Christian, because like he might not recognize it or like, he's such a like a humble guy, like, he's quiet, like
He might say like, yo, I didn't I just brought you to come chill with me. I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Yeah, he's like, yo, like, bro, don't worry about it, bro. You was just staying at my crib, like we was having a good time. This shit happened, gang. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really put it in your lap. Like, it's like he's like, you ain't really, I ain't really do that much. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, bro. Like,
That was
I
life
saw
changing for you.
all I had to do was just see his world for a sec, bro. Like,
man.
I needed that, bro. Because when football's over, man, figuring out what you want to do next is the hardest step. And like, I feel like a lot of footballers who get cut from, like, you know, these big academies or what happens, bro, a lot of players fall through the cracks, and it's like, what the hell are you gonna do? Like, there's so much life after football, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I had to figure it out, and I used that trip, and I was like, I'm there for Christian. I'm seeing his world, and I was just there to learn, bro, and I was just there to learn his world, and I was just there to be with him and experience him, and I know he was going through it because he was injured at Chelsea, and you guys know then Chelsea were Champions League. Like, Timo Werner got there, Kai Havertz there, you know what I'm saying? Michi Batshuayi in and out, like, you know what I'm saying? Lukaku just got there. So there was a lot of buzz around Chelsea around this time, bro. The
they
squad
had
was-
motion, bro.
they had motion, bro. Like, back then when Lukaku went 120 mil,
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
120 million, and they're talking about Christian, you know, partnering up with him, being a duo, and he's injured, bro, for the first 2 weeks of the season. And it's like, those little things could cost you, because a manager like Thomas Tuchel, once he finds his rhythm, once he finds his
His
13
person.
guy, like, yo, Thomas Tuchel's the type of manager, he has 14 guys that he trusts. If you're not in that 14, you're not playing.
We'll only give you a chance.
Man, from manifesting all that to getting all those opportunities, did you ever see yourself at the Ballon d'Or? Because we know you manifested the year ahead of that and got to be there doing some stuff with goal, like you said, interviews, legends of the game. How was all that, man?
Bro, crazy. Because it's like, when I made that video, when I was like, yo, by the end of 2024, I'm going to be at the Ballon d'Or. Bro, I just came off my first ever, like, MLS media day. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I was broke, bro. Like, a lot of people don't know, like, I was working at, like, a restaurant in Tampa, like, part-time, and I'll come back home and make TikToks. Like, my first TikToks were with, like, talking about AFCON. And then, and it was crazy because I was literally, like, those videos that I sent with Josh and Chris, I sent that to Goal, and I was like, yo, like, I'm trying to do content. I know these players. Like, I could go to England and shoot this content with you, because I was staying with Daryl DK at the time. I did it with Daryl, Haji Wright, and Austin Trusty. And Goal was like, yeah, like, go over there and let's do it. So they were the first brand to believe in me, bro. Like, all these media companies that I sent my stuff up to, they're like, nah, like, this kid, like, you know, your social media presence isn't up there. Like,
And
you know,
back then, though, like,
yeah.
when was this time?
This was like 2023, bro.
Yeah, and like not too long ago, but I feel like it wasn't picking up yet. Like the creator space for brands to collaborate with wasn't
Just
very
starting.
big.
Especially in soccer, bro.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like, basketball, NBA, like, they had 2014, they was on it.
Yeah.
NFL, bro, soccer, we really just started having a platform that was actually getting noticed.
And not for anything too. It's probably because there wasn't the creators out there yet. But when it started popping off, brands like, okay, we gotta use these guys.
We got to use these guys, especially with the World Cup next year. So
Exactly.
I also kept that in mind. I was like, yo, World Cup coming in a couple years. I got to get my personality out here, bro. Like, I could talk about the game. I could do this. I played it before. Like, I had aspects that I could give knowledge both as a player and as, like, a
Your
creator.
experience.
Or, like, so sent the DM to them, had a meeting with Goal, flew over to England, did the content with Austin Trusty. First shoot day was with Daryl DK and Haji Wright. So I was sleeping at Daryl's crib, and I told him, I'm like, yo, Goal UK is coming with, like, their squad tomorrow. We're gonna turn your crib into, like, a little studio. We're gonna do some content together. No biggie. It's gonna be cool, bro. He's like, yeah, cool. Like, Daryl's one of the chillest people in the world, and I pray that he could become the same player he was, bro. But he opened his crib up to me. That's my brother for life, man. So I had that, and Haji Wright lived 30 minutes away. So I was messaging Haji. I'm like, yo, I'm having this thing with Goal. I hit up his agent, because you know Haji be busy, bro. He got a family now. So, like, my boy a family man, bro. So I hit up everybody. I'm like, make sure Haji's here at 3 p.m. UK time tomorrow. Like, I was on everybody's ass, because sometimes you got to do that, bro. Like, to make, especially when, yo, my career was on the line, bro. Like, Goal gave me a chance. So, like, I got to show that I could get these players in the room. Haji pulled up like an hour, like 45 minutes late, but I'm like, he came with his baby, his wife, and it was like such a special moment, because me and Haji haven't seen each other in a minute. So it was like we forgot about being late, and like the Goal guys it was the front three guys who are like my associates now.
Yeah.
So Jawan was recording everything. You know what I'm saying? My front three brothers were the guys behind the scenes recording me. So we all had this startup together, but we were all content creators learning the trade, bro. And like goal really like kind of trained us, bro. Like dead serious. It was like going from Philadelphia Union, like an academy of like playing footy, to like an academy of like
Content
learning how to
creation.
edit, learning how to produce, learning content, learning what works, learning what doesn't work. Like
Yeah.
all that little stuff that you don't know that goes into everything you see every day on your social media platforms. Learning everything,
Because it was new for them too. Because we don't have like goal here in Canada,
bro. And Canada's blocked, bro.
which is like because I think someone owns the
The IP, bro.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was first like it was like site and like it had like articles and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Then it came more content.
Then social, yeah. So goal.com, everybody knows goal.com. But
Yes.
back in the day, you saw the articles. It was like all over your Facebook page.
Yeah.
They were the first at like ads. Like the articles are like really quick, easy to read. You get the knowledge, and then you're like, all right, in and out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now with the Goal USA, we're trying to add that quality to it, where it's like articles are better written. In the days of AI now, like, bro, like to get quality writing, if you really like to read articles on football, it's hard, bro. Everything is AI, bro. Or Fabrizio just tells you, fam. Like,
Dude, nowadays you cannot have someone sit there and read something for like 10 minutes,
no,
especially today's attention span. Yo, a minute and I'm swiping. If you don't got me,
bro,
for
not even a minute. You have, I
10
always say,
10 seconds.
no, you have 3 seconds.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You have 2 seconds to get someone's attention. That's why I say your call to action is the most important thing. How you start a video, bro, you notice it starts to carry. But anyway, so I'm doing this episode with Daryl and Haji. We're getting into the episode. We're doing the content together, trivia, a bunch of stuff, collecting clips, just clip farming this day. Then the next day I go to Trusty's crib. I'm staying with him for a couple of days. We get him and Gustavo Hamer, his teammate, who played at Sheffield. I think he's somewhere else now. We get them together. So then Goal's like, all right, Raheem made it happen. Let's go post up the clips. Let's see how they do. Bro, we did like 20 million, bro. Like the Goal USA page had 2.4K before that shoot. After all those clips were posted, they went up to like 15K, and it was a wrap from there, bro.
Yeah.
So like I literally seen the account grow
and you were like part
from
of it.
that. But at the time though, I was working freelance. So when you're working freelance, you get your checks infrequently. It's like 30 days, 60 days. And Goal was taking mad long to get my checks at the beginning, bro. So like, and I was broke, bro. Like I was really working at a restaurant. I'm trying to grind, and like I'm waiting net 60, net 30. I'm like, bro, I need my money now, bro.
I need my bread
Like
now.
my bills is piling up. So then luckily, you know what I'm saying, I was at my parents' crib. They really did a lot for me. That's why I love my parents so much. They kind of just saw me stressing in my room, but I was creating, bro. I was just in my room making TikToks. Whenever Goal called me, they'd be like, Raheem, go do content at the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Bet I'll go do fan content. That's when I started doing my fan stuff.
Yeah.
So I started growing at first, because when people used to see me go out on the mic with Goal, they used to be like, yo, like, I don't want to come on Goal. Like, who are you guys? Like, what's Goal? Like, I forgot about them. Like, they used to write articles back in the day. I didn't want to go on them. Like, their articles were weird. But then I was like, yo, my name is Raheem. And I was like, Raheem, nice to meet you. Like, I'm a part of Goal USA. I would love to get your son or our child on to talk about soccer. Like, it's going to be great. And you can find them on our TikTok and Instagram. The parents would, I'm introducing myself, and then those kids would follow me. So then my following growing, bro, organically, bro, hand to hand, bro. Like, every fan you could tell from my videos, bro. Like, I really do be spending mad time with my fans, because it's like, bro, when I was starting at the beginning, I had nobody trying to come on the mic. You know what I'm saying? I remember. So like, I was building up, doing those episodes. Then I was working freelance for a whole summer. So Copa America came around, and I don't know what it was about Copa America, but the viewership you could get during then,
Oh yes.
soccer content was going brazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I went
It's in the U.S. U.S. is
In the
growing.
US.
Football's there. Everyone wants to see it. So many cultures, so many people.
Yes, it was like South Americans tapping in OD. So I was posting a lot of content. And then our goal clips were going viral, bro. Vinny or Rodrigo, this or that. And I really just made that a staple, bro. And like the way I was doing it, it was like, I'll be like, Raheemovic is in the building, I'm here with. And they're like, yo, I'm here with, like, I made it, like, I really watched a lot of Nardwar. So I was like, I really wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? I watched other creators. I was like, I wanted to be a personality. So I'm always like, Raheemovic in the building from Goal USA. And I come with that energy, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I noticed that. So then I started doing that. And then eventually the summer of July, I go into the office, and after Copa America, Goal's like, Raheem, you know how many views we did last month from like your content in Copa? I was like, how much? They said 100 million views in a month.
That's insane.
100 million views. And I was like, they're like, Raheem, like, we're giving you your salary. Like, you're moving to New York. You need to be here full time. And I was like, bro, it took me what, 9 months to grind freelance before they gave me a full-time gig, bro. Like,
Oh,
people on LinkedIn, it's no joke getting a job in
No,
America.
you got to do that, man. You got to do that. You can't expect people to just hand you jobs nowadays.
Yeah,
Especially those
nah.
jobs there, like, yo.
But like, my position is unique because it's like a hybrid role. It's like I'm also in the space of like the business, but also I'm a creator myself. So it's like
Yeah.
I'm growing as a creator as much as I am also on the work side. And I feel like a lot of people don't get that perspective of like what it's like to work for a brand and what it's like to work for a creator. And that's why I'm grateful, because they're like, yo, Raheem, you could go work with Adidas, you could go work with Nike, you could go work with Kid Super, Puma. Like, it's giving, you're the face of our brand. So wherever you are, we at. You know what I'm saying?
It's only positive for them.
Yeah, it's only positive.
The more gigs and stuff you get.
Yeah, of course. And even if it's not brand dollars, it's that recognition. Like, yo,
Exactly.
Raheemovic in the building. I'm interacting with the people, and they're like, oh, like, Raheem, go USA. Like, bro, it's crazy nowadays. Like, so I went for that full-time job, and then I always wanted to go to Ballon. So I was emailing the lady. I sent my first email, and I had a call with my team, and I was like, hey, guys, listen, the Ballon d'Or ceremony's coming up. Luckily, I got so lucky, bro. RB Leipzig was having an international press tour like a week before. They were like all expense paid trip to Leipzig, learn the culture, learn the identity. So I go to Leipzig, and there's like me and like 10 other journalists, and like I'm the only like non-writer, like I'm the only like creator type guy.
You have that creator mindset.
Yeah.
You're not just a journalist of mind.
I'm not a journalist asking them questions in the room.
Exactly.
So I remember the first day we get on the campus of Leipzig, their setup is immense, bro, crazy. So we have an interview with Lois Openda. So everybody's asking their interview questions. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I come on my, yo, Lois was good, bro. He had a brand in Belgium called Arte that my boy Mark McKenzie loves wearing. And like I was in touch with like their brand manager, and I was like, yo, you know that brand Arte Antwerp? He's like, bro, he's like, bro, those are my guys. They came to come watch me play in Leipzig. Like, those are my boys from Belgium. I was like, yo, I've been tapping in. Like, some of my homies be wearing their stuff during concerts too, because my boy works in music. So then you could tell, obviously, already, like, the energy
got the
is
connection,
great.
yeah.
And then everybody in the room is just looking at me like, yo, like, we were asking him all these questions, and Openda just opened up like it was nothing. So then I started recognizing that in this space, I came with a different perspective, and players felt comfortable, and I'm able to, like, do content that's way more, like, it just has that extra energy to it. You know, when you're
Exactly.
comfortable on the mic,
Yes,
bro,
yes,
you could chat.
yes,
And for the shyest of shy guys, like,
Oh.
if I don't make you at least laugh or giggle one time, like, it's only happened to me one time, and I know you guys seen that video too, but like that, like, really, like, I'm kind of in there. So so Leipzig, I went there, did some content with their team, watched Leipzig versus Liverpool. So that's the first time I watched Benjamin Sesko. So like before all the transfer rumors, I watched him, and bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro, I wasn't that impressed, but at the same time, though, because there was one play, Alisson ran out the net, and Virgil van Dijk like hesitated, and he had a moment to like get the ball and chip Alisson, and he hesitated. And I'm like, man, strikers these days, they need you want a guy to even attempt, you know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping he could grow, but that's the first time I saw him play. But like Leipzig, Lois Openda looks super good, bro. And after the game, I go into the tunnel now, so I'm seeing all the Leipzig guys. So it's Lois Openda and Lukeba, the center, the French Castello Lukeba. So I'm like, yo, what's good, gang? Lois, you played a great game, bro. Like, I'm coming with the American energy. Like,
And that's after
after the game.
So he knows, like,
So he knew me from the interview.
Exactly.
But like the other journalists were watching me do this because like they didn't elicit that relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, we had that off rip. I think it's just like a cultural thing too. You know what I'm saying? I'm young, like we know each other. Luke Cable was looking at me. He's like he's hearing me talk. Like you could tell, like his English is decent, like it's good, but like his French, but like you could tell, like, he's like probably like, yo, this kid sounds like a little baby or something. You know what I'm saying? He's like, bro, like for real. So we was having a combo, and I'm dapping him up, and like, you know what I'm saying? Me and Openda follow each other to this day. You know, salute to him. But so then that trip was over. I'm so grateful to Leipzig for giving me the opportunity. When I emailed the lady from Ballon d'Or, I started to make the steps happen. And she was just like, okay. I was like, could I come? Could I interview somebody, some people? Could you guys give me anybody? They're like, we could give you 15 minutes with Didier Drogba.
Yeah.
Mod.
So the opportunity was 15 minutes with Didier Drogba, red carpet at Ballon d'Or ceremony, with all the other creators. And my bosses were almost like, no, because it was like, you got to think about it like this as a brand. It's like, they're not paying us to cover this event. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to think it's PR. Like, we get dollars from that.
Yes.
So as an industry. But then I was like, guys, like, yo, because you got to think about it, bro. I had a shoot with Vini like a couple months before. This is when I thought Vini was going to win. So I was like, yo, this is going to be a crazy full circle moment. Vinny gonna win. We gonna be at the after. I was his twin in a Nike shoot. We about to be live. But also on another end, bro, interviewing Didier Drogba, bro.
Yeah, legend, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Going to the red carpet the next day. And I know that they said, Raheem, we can't guarantee you any players, but like you could grab them. And bro, you know me in that environment. I'm going to grab some players.
Character.
So luckily, thank God to my bosses, they understood. They let me go. And I remember I get to Paris from Leipzig late at night the next morning. Bro, one of my boys, salute to my boy. He used to work at Off-White, actually. Salute to my boy, Kyron. I was like, yo, Kyron, I need a suit for the Ballon d'Or ceremony.
Everything just last minute.
And-
Bam, bam.
And luckily, Off-White's main factory is in Milan. So Milan, overnight shipping from Milan to Paris, my suit.
Nothing. Quick.
Bro, no tailoring, no nothing. I put the suit on, bro, perfect.
Hey, meant to be, bro. It was meant to be, bro.
Like,
Oh,
perfect.
meant to be.
But like before then, the first day is like I get to interview Didier Drogba. So I get in, put on my cologne, put on my Calvin. So Calvin Klein sent me some gear too. I'm like coming ready. I'm like, all right, I'm fresh. I'm ready. I had my videographer recording the whole thing. We go into the theater de Châtelet.
Yes.
You go through. I see Drogba getting his lines ready. So I'm seeing him. He's tall, bro. Figure, bro. Yo, Didier Drogba has aura, bro.
Oh,
John Obi Mikel said it. He was like, yo, he commands a room. Nah, he definitely commands a room, bro. That big ass theater. All eyes were on him and that shiny head.
Ball
You know what I'm saying? I was looking for the perm, but I was like, yo, my guy grew up. So I'm like, bro, Drogba, man. I'm like, bro, I'm not in my head. I'm just thinking, I'm watching Drogba 08, just hooping in Premier League. I'm about to interview Didier Drogba.
That goal against Bayern in the Champions League.
Bullet header, dog.
Crazy.
Like,
And so before, I was with 2 other content creators. Guess who they turned out to be? Reseba. You know that guy? Reseba. So,
Irán Pereira, bro.
I'm like, yo, Reseba, obrigado. Like, I was like, you know what I'm saying? He don't even really know English like that, but his team does. But like off rip, show me mad love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like tapped in with me, follow me. Was with another creator as well from Germany.
Thiago?
No, what's his name? Eunice Zaro or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, Eunice Zaro. Yeah, Eunice Zaro. Like he's Moroccan. But I was more with Iran. Like me and Iran like connected because because I had to shoot with Vinny, so I showed him to Vinny. Like
That's
that's what I'm saying. So it's lit. So I'm out here doing content with guys. Think about it. I at this time I had maybe like 10K followers.
Yeah.
Bro, these guys are 21 million. Iran.
Yeah.
Eunice, I think he's like at 100. Like he's up there too. Like you know what I'm saying. Like so I'm with these guys and I'm like, oh shit. But I'm interviewing them in a different capacity. Like these guys are doing social media clips. I'm sitting down with a legend, bro.
Crazy.
One-on-one. You know what I'm saying? 15 minutes to do my thing.
vibe.
I had everything prepared, bro. My notes, cards, everything. It was like, okay, we're gonna do trivia. We're gonna do my questions first, the questions that I had, and then we're gonna do trivia games. Bet. I go up to him because he's on the thing. They're like, Raheem, are you ready to meet Didier and say hello? I'm like, hey Didier. I was kind of nervous. I was like, hey,
Butterflies. You have
Didier.
butterflies?
Butterflies. I was like, hey Didier, nice. I was like, nice to meet you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I should have been nice to meet you. I was like, nice to meet you. He's like, nice to meet you too. I was like, yo, bro, like you played Phoenix Rising. He's like, yeah. And I was like, you know my boy Josh Perez. Because like my boys played with him at Phoenix, like USL.
That's mod.
So you gotta make
those connections.
You gotta make connections, bro. Because it's like for him, it's like, yo, who's this kid kind of coming in a little nervous? It's like, nah, like he's a taste of home. Like he makes you feel comfortable. He's like, yo, he's from America. Like I was out in Phoenix. I know these guys who we played with. Okay, maybe he got some ability. Like let's see. Going in the interview now, I'm asking him questions. We're doing trivia. I remember I had a clip of me playing in like college soccer, and I was like, I wanted to start making clips on my own because I was using a lot of goals material, and like this one I was like, yo, I want to start creating some clips to start growing as well because I knew the more I grow, the more the brand is gonna grow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this idea. I was like, I'm gonna show Didier Drogba of me doing a terrible knee slide in college soccer, and then I'm gonna show him the clip and like have him rate it. So like it was like my first ever goal for UVA, and like it was raining, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna do it like Didier. I was running. You could see the clip. I literally just plant, and I was like, and literally just fell over, bro. And everybody started geeking and like went on me. It was crazy. I showed Drogba the clip to like that was like the final ending of like the interview. And I'm like, yo, rate this knee slide. He's like, it's decent because he's really humble. He's really nice. I'm like, yo, Didier, come on, bro. You know that shit was ass, bro. What was the rating, bro? He's like, I'm gonna give that shit a 4, bro. That shit was ass. And then I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Tell me the truth, bro. Don't be playing. Keep it real, bro. And then like, that was a moment because then the next day, I get to put later that day actually, I had another interview, or the next day I had another interview. So Christian, his agent, is a good friend of mine. And he represents a player, Ronwin Williams, who's the starting goalkeeper for Mamelodi Sundowns, who played Club World Cup.
Yeah.
So South African national team #1, AFCON, like insane AFCON, the last one. I don't know if you saw South Africa.
Yes.
But, yo, he's great. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have the best of games against Dortmund in the Club World Cup, but I'm telling you, like, with the ball at his feet, his saves, bro, he's a quality goalkeeper coming from Africa. So I got to interview him, and so I go to the hotel. And the hotel where he's staying at is where all the other nominees for Ballon d'Or are. So Ron wins a nominee. Ron wins a nominee. So I go to the hotel. Security's everywhere. It's block off. Bro, I had my Off-White. Off-White gave me 2 outfits. So I was in my jean jacket. And I had my video guy. So I looked like, they were like, yo.
This guy's real. This guy's real. Let him in.
It's not always, it's how people perceive you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Walk into the room too. And I looked to my right. I knew a girl that I met at Soccer X the year before, and she's the representative for John Obi Mikel.
Ooh.
So,
Connection.
bro, as soon as they saw me in the door, know somebody that, bro, they're just like, all right, this guy, he's good. He's good, bro. So I met her. We were supposed to get John Obi Mikel in the hotel that day too, but his schedule didn't work out. It was last minute, bro. I was like, maybe if I get 5 minutes with John Obi, that's all I needed. Couldn't make it happen. We're trying to figure out where to do this interview with Ronwin. I'm just in the hotel lobby trying to find places. I look to my left. Oh, shit. Fucking Lautaro Martinez is right there. I'm like, what the fuck? And like just all these players were around me. Eventually, we're like, yo, let's just do it in the hotel room. Yeah. So we go into his hotel room. We do the interview with Ronwin, me and him. I'm asking about African legends. I'm talking about him developing in South Africa, all this sort of stuff. It was dope, bro. Right in this hotel room. After the interview's over, we're about to go downstairs. Bro, guess who's literally just right next to me? Lautaro Martinez, bro. Same floor. I tweaked, bro, because I could have just easily said in Spanish, like, Tejan, but like at the same time, I was like, bro, like I was so starstruck, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't say a word, bro. I let him go, and it was so quick because the door was closed. I was like, forget it. It's okay.
Yeah.
So then the next day is the Ballon d'Or actual ceremony. So I get right, bro. I get my suit on, my Off-White suit. I get everything. I get my badge. And then I didn't realize how much access I had until I had a fellow content creator who was a friend who like just went just to see the red carpet from the outside, because on the outside there's a bunch of fans with cameras just started looking at the stars. Bro, and like I saw him and I pulled up and I'm like, and then and he was like, yo, Raheem, like I was like, yo, he's like, good luck, bro. And I was like, I appreciate you, bro. So like, I love seeing how the creator community, we all come together, even in time like that. I was like, yo, seeing someone familiar really helped. Go in there, bro. Like, my guy's recording me, dog. I'm on the red carpet. The lady's like guiding me. She's so nice. The French lady who put everything together, who I've been emailing this whole time, putting it together.
There.
She's there guiding me. She really liked me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I get on the red carpet and I'm seeing all the other creators that were there that were making content with all the players. So I'm chilling. I actually saw a couple guys. I saw Iran again. So I said, what's up?
Nice.
I saw Eunice. I saw my guy who does the photography for Soccer Bible as well.
Oh, yeah?
So, you know what I'm saying? So we all there. Some familiar faces and I'm good. Bro, the first batch of players start coming. Bro, I look, Lamine Yamal with his little bro. Damn. Like, damn. Like, I'm looking at him like, it's crazy. It's like, I'm 26, 27. He's 17, bro. It's like, damn, this guy commands presence, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like 17 years old. You could tell he got an aura.
He got aura.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I know a lot of young kids use that a lot, but you could tell from his game he's a very confident person. And like when he walked by, I really felt that. And like his family was around him. Like I was like, he got it, bro. He liked that.
Question before you did.
Yeah.
How was his father?
Bro, his father wasn't there, bro.
Oh,
His father wasn't there. He pulled up with his
Hustle Hard wasn't there, bro.
Yeah, Hustle Hard wasn't there. That might be a little too formal for my guy. He loves being in the hood, fam. You can't bring the hood to the Ballon d'Or, fam.
Guy's a character.
But yeah,
I love
But Lamine always repping the ting, so it's all good. But my first interview was Ademola Lookman, so I pulled him over. I was like, "Yo, Ademola, what's good, bro?" Because I knew him. I knew some friends that knew him. Because when I went on trial at Arsenal and stuff, so I was telling them who I knew.
And again, you're bringing that connection.
And I'm bringing that connection, so he felt more comfortable. Because even him, like, he was a little shy on camera.
Well, that's the thing. If you don't know someone, you're gonna have, even if you don't want to, you're gonna have your guard up a bit.
Yeah.
Once you start bring some familiarity with some, I know this kind of completely down. That's
Completely
when you
different.
get the actual character of the person.
Yeah,
You realize, okay, this guy sees me as a person, not just a footballer.
facts,
You know
bro.
what I mean? And that's what you get the best from.
Hell yeah, bro. And like that's what the people want to see, bro. People wanna see their footballers be real people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Ademola Lookman came up. Then the next up, Hakan Shaganoglu, from Inter Milan, because I was like, hey, I know Christian Pulisic. They knew each other, back in the day in Germany.
Sick.
And then so I was just making all these connections. Next up was like this women's player, Maria Caldente. She plays for
Mariona Caldente, Arsenal.
Mariona
Arsenal,
Caldente.
right?
Yeah. She plays for the Spanish national team. Super sick player. And then last but not least, who else did I? Oh, I said what's up to Garnacho because I know Joshua Xerxes, but he was kind of like in his own space. Didier Drogba walked in, bro. So Didier Drogba walks in with his suit. He's the guy because he's hosting it, and he showed me love. So he comes on the red carpet. Everybody's looking at him. Everybody's staring at him. I look at Didier. He's like, a quick one. Stick those stuff. I was like, all right. And I was the only person in that line that kind of got that. And I was like, that's all I need.
You got
bro.
people looking
Motion for real, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I need, bro. I'm good. Michael Lele was there. Seeing my legend, like seeing my FIFA, it was really like my life coming full circle because I told you from the beginning, like I would research all these players on FIFA 06 up to FIFA 12, learning about the game through my own way because in US, like there was no Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok to look at highlights how kids have now. Like,
You actually have to grind, bro. Do some actual research.
Bro, how many, like, think about it. You go on YouTube, everybody editing like soccer clips. How many soccer videos were out there back in like
Nothing.
2011, bro?
Nothing.
KSI? That's the only person that I was like, KSI. It's crazy that he's relevant to this day, bro. Like, I credit KSI because he's like one of the original creators. If you really think about it, like, to go into like rapping and Prime now.
Boxing, bro.
Boxing, bro. He took his shit to a whole new scale, bro.
He wanted to go for sure, bro.
For sure, bro. So like, I saw a lot of that, and I was like, yo, this space got a lot of potential. You know what I'm saying? And to see my favorite players from FIFA 06 that I was seeing when I was, in the squad management, and I'm playing career mode, and I'm like, I'm Chelsea, and I'm seeing Michael Lele, I'm seeing Frank Lampard. Bro, to now being at Ballon d'Or, Michael Lele right in front of me, shaking my hand. George Weah's right there. I know Tim Weah. He knew me from before. We met at a national team camp 6 months before. My boy Dante's working, and his son he's repping his son. So it's like through my friends, we're making connections with some of the greats. Like, we're not even just talking about just like your average footballers. We're talking about George Weah, bro. Ballon d'Or winner, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dapping up Drogba. You know what I'm saying? Drogba, Champions League. Salute, bro. Like, it's crazy feeling, bro. And when I'm in these environments, it's hard to even just explain and put it into paper. Like, I'm just trying to give you guys a feeling so you guys can kind of get the same goosebumps.
Bro, you gave me goosebumps right now.
Yeah, but when you're in these rooms with some of these players, it's like, obviously in your mind you're like, hey, I'm here too. Like, it's like my mentality, how I was as a player. Like, I was at Arsenal for a reason because my ability, like, I'm here because I'm on the mic, I make good content, and I'm good with connecting.
You gotta believe in yourself.
Yeah,
You gotta believe in
like
yourself.
I matter too, you know.
My biggest thing is confidence. If I walk in the room, I'm unconfident. I'm not that could, bro. Me being unconfident could ruin me. Like, could last me me being unconfident could like cost me like millions of views, bro.
Yeah,
just because I didn't go up to that guy and I didn't make that connection and do it. So I'm like, yo, I take advantage of every opportunity, bro. You have to.
Facts.
Bro, I want to put the camera on me. I just want to give you your flowers, bro. Legit.
Thank
You
you,
deserve your flowers, bro. The stuff you gone through, bro.
I appreciate you guys.
One thing you and I haven't commented because I met Drogba too.
Yeah.
I have a picture of them. He was at EA 2 years ago. FC
The one in New York?
Yeah.
Wait, I was there too.
I think I saw you there.
that's where like we first started to interact with each other because that was the year of the TST.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we tapped in at TST and we saw each other at that joint. And Drogba was there. Who else?
Carito was there too.
Who else?
I think it was Clint Dempsey, right?
Sean White was there randomly. Sean White was there. Sean White was there. Snowboarding was in the building, bro. Legends was in there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure like what was it, Carly Lloyd or like some of the women's national team girls were there too, bro. It was a moment. And then last year Ronaldinho came.
Yeah.
God, bro.
And bro, that was crazy because I met Ronaldinho twice in my life, bro.
Damn.
Like, for real, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How'd it happen the other time?
All right, the first time I met Ronaldinho, bro. Crazy story, bro. We're at Generation Adidas Cup, my U15 year or my U16 year in Dallas. At the same time, Querétaro, Ronaldinho's team in Mexico, was
pronounce
playing
it
in
that
Dallas.
so well, bro.
So we go to the hotel. And like all the Querétaro fans were there, bro, just chilling, like Ronaldinho, and like we just put up to the hotel for the tournament. So we're like, yo, what is going on? Like, why is everybody here? Someone's like, yo, Ronaldinho's in our hotel.
No.
And I was like, what? Ronaldinho in our hotel? He's like, yeah, bro. The lobby. We went into the lobby packed. Damn. They like had to escort us into the elevator. I saw him in the elevator. I was like one of the last people to get in before he was there. My teammates got like a selfie with him. Right?
Oh, nah.
My boy JJ, bro, on my team. So we had dinner. He starts flexing. He's like, yo, I'm Neo. So I'm like, nah, I'm not really liking that, bro. So me, Austin Trusty, Anthony Fontana, and my boy Andrew Abraham, played for Stanford. We basically went into a room and we were like, yo, guys, what we're gonna do?
You gotta devise a plan.
We devised a plan on some Perry the Platypus shit, for real, bro. On some Disney shit, for real. Phineas and Ferb type shit. We were like, all right.
Oh my gosh.
We were like, we're gonna go to the lobby. We're gonna see a Querétaro, like one of the players on the team, Querétaro. We're gonna see one of the players go to his floor. We're gonna see what floor it is. Then we're gonna know how to get up. So we go to the lobby. Bro, we see one of the players. We ended up in the elevator with the
him.
player. And the player turned out to be Jonathan Borenstein, who played for the U.S. national team. So I was like, yo, Jonathan, what's up, bro? I know who you, like, I'm seeing him, and, like, nobody's noticing him because, like, everybody on Querétaro, or, like, all the fans are looking for Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
So when he sees an American knowing who he is, he's like, holy shit. He's like, I got a fan? So, like, this little kid, I'm like, Jonathan Borenstein. I'm like, bro, yeah, like, I see you playing, like, with the national team. Like, how's Mexico? I'm, like, early on, 13, 14, I was already developing the network, bro. You're seeing, and I'll always took photos, bro. Before it was a thing, I was like, with a player, let me get a photo. I have photos with the most random footballers. Jonathan Borenstein is one of them. Ended up being cool. We ended up at their floor. We're like, hey, can we get a picture with you? Because like when we landed on the floor, we talked like for a while before we went to his room. So I didn't even get. So like me and Jonathan just ended up connecting. And we're like, yo, where Ronaldinho? Eventually, it got into the conversation. We're like, yo, where Ronaldinho at?
Yo, where you stay at?
And it started geeking. Because they were like, yo, why are you guys here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, where Dino at, bro? And he's like, yo, he's not here. Like, he's like, we'll let you guys know if like he coming back up. So we're like, all right, bet. I don't know what happened, but we took like an hour break. We were like, all right, bet. Like, this might not be our night. And I remember me and Trusty were like, nah, bro. Like, we got to meet Dino, bro. We have to. It's the 7th floor. We know this. So it was later that night. And you know Dino, like, he liked to step out a little later after everyone. So like the whole squad will go. Like, no, not even like just that, but like in general. To like distract attention. So like the team will go places first and he'll go after to distract the fans. So they think he's going away, but really he's still at the hotel. So it's him and one other guy. You know, so we get into the hotel floor. We get to the 7th floor again. We're like, me and Trusty were like, man, we ain't going, like, we had our head up. We're like, ain't no way we gonna find Neo, bro. Like, this shit not working. All of a sudden, I'm like, wait. Bro, we sniffed the best cologne I've ever sniffed in my life. And then I was like, wait a minute.
That can only be coming from one man.
It's like, bro, around the corner, Dino comes with like his, you know, the signature
hat.
The signature hat, Kango, with the Querétaro, like polo, long pants and some Air Force Ones. Damn, like, yo. We were like, yo, dog. Me and Trusty started going crazy. We're like, yo, Dino. He's like, yo, chill. chill. I'm like, Dino, like, una foto, por favor, una foto. So his guy takes it. So it's me, all of us with Dino, bro. Like 4 of us, Philadelphia Union Academy.
Damn.
Just chilling with Dino. That's what's up.
Still got that photo?
Still got that photo.
Fire,
got that photo. I gotta send it to y'all.
Yeah.
And then, which is crazy though. So fast forward, I was having another one of my fashion shows again. And during this time, this was the World Cup year. So after the World Cup year, everybody had the summer off.
Yes.
So everybody went to Miami, bro. So this was the time when like Chris Richards and Joshua Xerxes were all there.
Yeah.
So you went to any club in Miami, and like I had a plug at the time, like, you know what I'm saying? That's another reason, like I had all the, like I'd sort moves for guys.
Oh, okay.
So I was on that early, bro, because I was like, these guys like to have a good time, and like if they're gonna do content for me, like shit, we might as well have a good time.
Sort them out.
Yeah. So we eventually, we in Miami, I'm meeting all these players. We go to a dinner the night before my event. It was me, Chris Richards, Haji Wright, and a bunch of our friends. We go upstairs to like this lounge. It's a like a dinner, but like there's a lounge above.
Okay.
So you go there, and it's more like kind of like a place where people could chill and like vibe out. So we go there. We have our little section, like a little place that we're at, and then Tajon hits me. He's like, yo, we about to pull up. Or my boy Rick hit me up. He's like, yo, me and Tajon about to pull up. I'm like, all right, bet. Fonzie pulls up, bet.
Dang.
Sam Adekugbe pulls up, bet. So then it was like all the Canadians were in Miami, like we're all just vibing. Like this is like probably one of the last times they'll ever get like a break off. Like with how football is now, like I have to cherish this moment because, bro, there's no letting up. But anyway, back to the story. We're all there chilling. We're vibing. I'm seeing Tajon. I'm seeing everybody. We have a picture of all of us together. Bro, all of a sudden, everybody starts looking to the left of the club. So we're like, what's going on? Bro, fresh off winning Champions League, Real Madrid players pull up. Benzema, first one to come in. All white tracksuit. I'm like, oh, this is fresh off Champions League. Biggest Benzema or like big body Ben.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He really pulled up as big body Benz. Like he looked like a white Mercedes Benz, bro. For real, bro. He was shining, bro. Like, bro definitely has aura, bro. Like, another player definitely had an aura. I just love a good striker, bro. Like Drogba, Benzema, like
Proper 9.
Yeah, I love a proper 9. So they go. But you already know Fonzie was with us, and Fonzie knows all them from playing with them. Fonzie was hooping, bro. Fonzie won Champions League, bro.
Yeah.
But before them, before that year, Fonzie had already been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Destroying Barcelona.
Bro,
Ruben
don't
Cededo.
remind me, bro.
Lord have mercy.
Don't remind me.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing what Canadian, like, we'll get into that, but
Yeah.
So we were all there, and like, you know what I'm saying? But then we didn't realize that it wasn't just Benzema. But then they're like, yo, Fonzie, like, some of you guys could come over to say what's up. So the security guard let Fonzie go, Tajon, me, and then my boy tried to come, cut that shit. No! I was the last one, so I got in. Bro. So I got in. And like their section, our section was like a little bit above theirs. Theirs was like below. Like they had like a private kind of like round. Yeah. Bro, I land, bro. I look behind me, Ronaldinho right there, bro. What? I'm like,
Nah.
I'm like, yo. And my Spanish is way like better this time. I'm like, amigo, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien? Like, cuando era niño, like in el hotel in Dallas, and he's like, oh, yo. He's like, yeah. So I'm like, yo, like, how you doing? Like, he recognized me, bro. We took a selfie and everything.
That's fire.
Cool. On to the next. Go to my right. Eder Militao. Good vibes. Right there. Chilling, bro. He was so cool, bro. Shiny. You know Brazilians blood.
Veneers. They love the veneers, bro. Yeah. You're lucky Firmino wasn't there, bro. Like, you blinding.
Nah, I would have blinded everybody. But nah, Militao be shining, bro. He cool, bro. Salute Militao. There. Dap me up. Joao Felix. Joao Felix was there randomly, bro. Before
everyone.
Bro. Joao Felix was about to go from Atletico to Chelsea, but he didn't know yet. So he speaks good English. Joao Felix speaks great English. Even before he went to Chelsea, speak good English. He went on a trip to London. I saw on Instagram, and I was like, "What did you think about London?" Because I was there with Christian. I was like, "Hey, I know Christian. Like, we think about London." I was low key trying to scout him to go to Arsenal. But I was like, "Hey, Christian," but Christian was at Chelsea.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I really like London, but you know, he actually told me this, bro, which is surprising because a lot of Atletico Madrid fans say that he doesn't have that much love for the club. But like we in a like a lower key setting. Like he could have really said anything. I wasn't gonna say a word, but like he said, like, no, like I love Atletico Madrid. Like this is my family here.
Damn.
I was like, shit, like, you know what I'm saying? That's good, but you know, London's always a good option. Yeah. Bro, 6 months later, he literally ended up in London.
Yeah.
So we talked about it before. Then on to the next. Vinny there.
Damn, bro.
So me and Vinny, I don't know what it was, bro, but like I just went up to him. I was like, yo, felicidades en el Champions League, mi amigo. Like, un abrazo, like, tomar un video conmigo. Like, you know, bailando. He's like, yeah. He's like, let's do it. So we in the club, we do his dance that he did in like the CL, like he did that year. And like you can see Alphonso Davies in the clip. Like it's supposed to be all three of us, but his Brazilian brother tweaked, bro. Like it was supposed to be three of us, bro, but he cut Fonzie out. You don't see him till, like towards the end. Yeah, I don't know who it was. Nah, Felipe. Shout out to my boy Felipe, bro. Nah, he would have got it right. It was another brother that was in the section. Felipe would have got me right. Or Leo. Shout out to two of my brothers who are, you know, good associates of Vinny. But like, we did the dance together. We dapped each other up. It just felt like we had a good rapport. Like out of all the players, I felt like Vinny, me, and him, like it just seemed very natural. Even though his English wasn't that good yet. But like, bro, that ended up being one of the best nights of my life. You know, after a while, we're in the section for a little bit. They tell us to go back. bro, I met. Bro, what could I really say?
Nice.
What could I really say, bro? You got Ballon d'Or winners in the like. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? You got to play it cool. Like, you there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're there for I really believe in God. Like, I really believe in this. It's like, if you believe in yourself and you in a room with these people, if you don't get right, if you don't really show that you're just more than just a person around, because the last thing I ever wanted to be was just one of those guys around, proactive.
Be a fan too.
Or like, nothing to offer. You know, you see a lot of these guys, you know, bro, I feel bad for footballers, man. They live a life where like a lot of people, you know, they stab you in the back, bro. Fonzie had that story where he was on the interview. He was like, his friend stole from him in his house. You guys remember that went viral?
Yeah.
Like, these are the little things that you'll see. So when I'm in these spaces, if I'm already doing work with Chris Richards, if I'm already doing things in this space that is improving the game, people are going to respect me a little bit more, right? And then that gives me more confidence to be like, hey, yo, like, Josh, like, you and Fonzie teammates, Fonzie Canadian are bet. We already tapped in. You know what I'm saying? I already know all the players you know. We went through the same system, brother. Like, Fonzie's at Bayern, but, like, he's Canadian, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, he went through the system through and through like us. Mm-hmm. So once you see them at that level and then you're able to relate to them, bro, it's everything, bro. But that was legit one of the greatest nights of my life. That Vini clip, bro, that shit always goes viral. One thing about content, you can recycle it, bro. That's what I always say. So, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, though, because I'm like, we've been interacting with each other, so I don't even have to, like, repost it. Like, we keep on making new memories. Because, like, I saw him again at this Nike shoot, which is crazy. So after
you want to talk more about
yeah, go ahead.
How, you obviously had a Nike shoot. Sorry, let's go. Yeah. You obviously had a Nike shoot with Vini. You're basically his doppelganger.
Yeah.
How was that experience? Obviously, you know, Vini, great gentleman, Brazilian guy, and like you've met him before that. So how was that whole experience?
Yeah, bro. So my relationship with Vini started off that night with that dance.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going out the next night and I saw him again. You know what I'm saying? So like we kept on running into each other. You know what I'm saying? This was not a coincidence. So I'm like, we seeing each other. And that same night I saw Ronaldinho's brother.
Yes. Okay.
So I ran into them in another spot. I saw the same Brazilian.
He's his agent.
Yes, his agent. Very smart guy, bro. Like, bro, he been in the game for years, bro. Mm-hmm. Working with these brands, he could get Dinho any deal. He could sell anything, bro. You know Dinho, bro. His name,
bro. The amount of ads you see this guy doing, bro, crazy,
bro.
Anything.
Dinho got to make that bread, bro. Get all them court fees add up, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real, bro.
You're not
like,
wrong.
you know what I'm saying? You got to make that bread. So his brother, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. There's a lot of people, their reputation would have been tarnished after going to jail.
Facts. Not him though.
Facts. He's unbreakable though.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. A lot of people wouldn't recover, bro. We seeing it. People getting eaten alive nowadays, media wise, if you mess up. So for Dinho to still be the legend he is, I know people say like, yo, he loved the party and all that, but at the end of the day, yo, Dinho changed the culture of football.
Facts, bro.
So for him to even just know who I am, bro, that's kind of crazy, bro. But amazing. Yeah, man. Yeah, we were onto your point. Where you're
with Vini.
Yeah, so with Vini, so we met after that, and then that summer during Copa America when I was doing content after the game, I would stay like after the game to do media content, social media content for Goal. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I had the media pass. And you're supposed to be doing traditional media in the mix zone.
Yes.
But I'm not a traditional media person.
Exactly.
And at the time, the U.S. just played Brazil. So it was perfect, bro. Yeah. After the game, bro, all the people are like, all the journalists, they're trying to tell them to move out the way. Bro, players coming down. Mark McKenzie, ganger, was good. So then they're everybody, it gets to a point where it's like, the journalists are watching and then U.S. Soccer's watching because they're just like, bro, this kid just, why does everybody notice? Like, why is he just here making content? Like, why? Who is this kid, bro? Everybody's just asking, like, how is he getting like this, like access? You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm sure all the journalists know each other.
Yes,
all the journalists know each other. Oh yeah, this is. But then you come in with a different aspect, a different angle to making content. It's like, whoa, what the hell? We've never seen this before.
Never seen it, bro. So it's like I'm in those spaces and I'm like the only like young, you know what I'm saying, like black guy in this space really doing it. So I'm there, I'm waiting for the players, all the American players. I was low-key wearing a Brazil jersey because I was doing content with Goal. So then I see Chris Richards, everybody, Christian comes. He looks at me, he's like, why are you wearing a Brazil? and US Soccer's super protective of Christian. Like any media, they telling him away.
Yeah.
Christian sees me, he's like, Raheem, he's like,
Come
what
here.
you doing that Brazil king? I'm like, gang, you know I have to work for the content, bro. I was like, how you doing, brother? Give him a hug, like catching up for a second, and they let me go. And then eventually, so for the U.S. goes away.
The Brazilian team starts to come by.
U.S. Soccer kind of tell me, they're like, yo, Raheem, like we can't have traffic. No, actually they didn't tell me anything yet. They were kind of looking at me like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying, you're stopping the traffic from going, you're interrupting. I'm like, bro, I know these guys. What do you want me to do? They know me too. That's what I said.
Yeah.
So then Brazil comes. I see Rafinha. Rafinha comes with a big smile. Who it was Rafinha, it was Eder Militao again, who I said hello to because I knew him in Miami. Then Martinelli. And then Vini come. And then when Vini came, this is like Ballon d'Or shout Vini. So like pre that. So everybody waited for Vini, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, Vini had so much eyes on him at this point because it was like Brazil were just about to play Copa America. Like he had a great season, won Champions League. It was like, all right, international stage. Let's see what Vini got. You know what I'm saying? He started to be looked at as that guy after Neymar that could maybe take over. Brazil has a lot more issues than just Vini, but we'll get out of that. He comes down. I'm like, yo, bro. I was like, bro, remember me from Miami? He's like, yeah, bro. He saw me. He's like, yo, what's good, brother? I'm like, how are you? And I was like, because we did the dance together. We did the social media clip. And then I was like, yo, let's take a picture together. I was like, hell yeah. So we take a picture together. And I'm like, I heard the guys were going to Miami after the friendly for a couple of days because I was planning to go to Miami too. Nice. So I was like, yo, you going to Miami? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to Miami for a little sec. I was like, I might see you out there. I was like, I bet. So I was in Orlando. And during this time, Joshua Zirkzee came to Orlando to watch this game. He was going to come on vacation with us. He was going to come back to Miami again. This is supposed to be part 2. We're going to go back.
Damn.
Bro, the day we're supposed to go to Miami, he gets a call. Netherlands manager. Hey, Brian Brobby's out. You got to go to the Euros.
Crazy. I remember that.
Yeah.
Remember that.
So that was like the first Zirkzee, like, so he's like, yo, guys, he's like, Raheem, we could still go on this. So I had to go to Miami anyway because I met Vinny that game, and then I had an interview with Aguero on the Monday.
Yes.
So my schedule during Copa America, I'm telling you guys, I was
Crazy.
pushing.
Yeah.
Player after
Grinding.
player, content, grinding. So I was like, all right. I also like had to make a decision because my closest friends were going on a trip to Puerto Rico, and it's like, bro, like I couldn't go to Puerto Rico. I had business to take care of, and like they understood, but you show like you have to sacrifice some things to make your dreams happen, you know. And I felt bad that I deserted my friends, but like I had to go do this. Yeah. Even if I did want to go on a trip, but like I just couldn't. My schedule was mixed up. Yeah. So and this time, and like a hurricane was hitting Miami. So we're worried. We're like, fuck, bro, is this shoot gonna happen? Can we go to Miami? Like, I'm supposed to link up with a lot of players down there. It's about to ruin it. Luckily, the weather subsided. Josh still had his Airbnb reservation with all of his homies from the Netherlands. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Kevin. He plays for FC Den Bosch in the Netherlands 2nd Division and the Curaçao national team. Damn. So he plays in the Gold Cup against Canada and stuff. Oh. So I met through Josh and another one of his boys as well. So it's us 3 in the Airbnb. Like I'm showing them America. Like Josh is like, yo, take care of my boys. So we in Miami, we go out one night. And I see Vinny again, and we dapping each other out. Like, bro, this is like the 3rd time. So it's like, all right, bro. Like, then literally the week after that, or a week after that, I'm telling you, the momentum was crazy. I get a phone call, or I get a text message from a friend who would play at TST. They're like, Raheem, he's like, yo, I saw your profile picture on the Oregon State website. Nike's looking for like a Vini Jr. doppelganger.
What?
Like, I sent Nike your pic from that picture you took at Oregon State, and they dead ass think you could like look like Vinny.
W man.
And like, I was like, all right, bet, what do I got to do? They're like, okay, you got to make a casting video. I had to send a casting video. Had to give them like a background of who I played. I had to let them know that I was familiar with Vinny before. So Nike knew everything. They do like a whole check. I got the job, bro. I was like, bro, what? So after Copa America, right after it ended, that final, so I went to the final. I got the job for it. I went to that final, the Copa America final, when all the fans rushed in.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy.
Bro, so the final, it went to penalty kicks.
Yes.
I told it was 11 p.m. I told my associate at goal, I was like, yo, I have to leave right now or else I'm going to miss my flight. My flight was at 5 a.m. from Fort Lauderdale, not from Miami.
You went straight
So I had to go from Fort Lauderdale to Miami, go back up to go catch my flight. I was like, if I don't leave the stadium now, how hectic it is, I'm going to miss my flight. He's like, nah, don't worry, bro. The traffic's not going to be that drive. I was like, bro, I'm leaving right now. Left, bro. By the time I got to if I didn't leave then, I would have never got home, bro. He told me they didn't get home till 5 a.m. I would have missed my flight. So it's like God told me to leave that final early, and it sucked because I literally saw I couldn't see Argentina win a Copa America, but the reason was because I had to go shoot with Vini with Nike the next day.
Fire.
So it's like I'm going from final, I'm bouncing, bro. Nike, shout out Nike, man. Flew me first class straight to Portland. I go back to Portland because I went to school there. They're like, Raheem, do you have a barber that you know out there? I call my boy Oos, who's like my barber at Oregon State. I'm like, yo, brother, this sounds crazy, but like, I have a shoot with Vini Jr. I need my haircut to like in a mohawk. Could you get here ASAP? What time I got to be there in the morning? Like, I got you. They paid him. Comes through. My boy Oos. Oos, here's the haircut. Like, I trusted him. He was my barber already, so I didn't worry about them fucking me up. Like, it was my man. Bro, the first thing they started off with was the beard. So they cut my beard. I'm like, nah, my beard. Yo, that's how I look, bro. Because anytime I cut my beard, I look like a little kid, bro.
Yeah.
Then he starts to trim the sides. He starts to trim the edges. As he's getting closer, he's like, bro, holy shit. He's like, you look like Vinny, bro.
So wait, the pictures you had from before, were they with beard or without beard?
The
Oregon one that your buddy sent.
Oh,
over.
without, I had like a little chin, like I didn't grow.
So they kind of had.
They had a little bit. I know side. It was just
because even seeing it now, like with the beard, it'd be hard to see how you look without a beard. Unless they like AI fabricates some look on.
Nah, Nike did their research. They looked at it and they're like, yo, when he had the goatee, just the goatee, he looked just like Vinny.
Okay,
Wow.
cool.
They do their work, bro. These brands do their work. I go to the casting, so I get the haircut the next day. I'm in the morning. I show up downstairs. I'm wearing the Brazil jersey. Like, wow, like you. They're like, you look just like him. They're like, you look just like Vinny. This is perfect. Like, they're like literally perfect. They drive me in the van to the thing. I go do my hair, my hair and makeup. They get everything done. I'm wearing like my Brazil jersey. I'm recording behind the scenes a little bit. I go on set. So basically the commercial was for like Nike's running campaign.
Yes.
So the Nike running campaign was like, I forgot what the slogan was. Oh my gosh. It's going to bother me. Forgot what the slogan was, but it was a campaign basically talking about running. And Vinny at the time was Ballon d'Or projected. So they're putting him in every ad, like running ad, football ad, anything adjacent. Putting in Vinny NBA games, front row seats, everything to just enhance his visibility. Vinny's team is super efficient. They're super smart. And they're tapped in with American culture crazy.
That's the thing, like people don't realize behind the scenes. A footballer is just not a footballer. He's not just out there to play. The content that comes from that as well, bro, no one would have thought that was a thing. Like how Nike would try to put him in every situation to make him, his content grow and his brand grow.
Of course.
It's crazy to hear that.
It's crazy, bro. So they were pushing him, bro, and like they're smart about it, strategic, and like he has a great team behind him. That's how you know Vinny's very strategic with what he does. He gives certain players jerseys in the NFL. He gives certain NBA guys jerseys in the NBA. Like he's really connected to what's going on in the US because he has a lot of American friends. Like my boy Leo, he's a jeweler. And he makes all the jewelry for Vinny, but he knows all the NFL guys are making their jewelry. So they kind of connect, and then boom, then all of a sudden it goes from, all right, we're friends. Let's call NFL, do a collab with Justin Jefferson and Vinny, giving him the jersey. You know what I'm saying? That's how you grow in the game on both ends. It's beneficial to Real Madrid, to Vinny, to NFL, to America as a whole, to La Liga. Like when you're able to collaborate and cross collaborate, I don't think people understand how powerful that is. So for me to be in this commercial with Vinny at the time of him being a Ballon d'Or projected winner, bro, it was prime. And the best part about it, okay, so the first part about it, I had to run, bro. So they had me running up a hill. They're like, Raheem, could you run at 80% pace? I did that for like 10. I'm like, God. I'm like, bro, Nike really making me earn my bread this shoot. Real talk.
I didn't warm up.
Bro, we're doing that. I did that for like 3 hours. Eventually, like, Vinny's going to come pop up for 15 minutes and be gone. So Vinny pulls up with his team. He already knows me. So he was good, fam. I said, Gemelo. He's like, I'm like, look. That's what I call him to this day. Like, whenever I see Vinny, I'm like, Gemelo. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's twin, bro. Like, I literally was him. And
sorry, did he know prior to showing up that you were going to be there?
No, he didn't know. I
still was
didn't know.
just completely.
He was like, oh, shit.
Damn.
He's like, oh, shit. He's like, bro, you look just like me. So then they had like a little tent. So I go in the tent to go chill with him just so we could talk for a little bit. These 5 minutes with Vinny, the most precious I'll never forget.
Damn.
So we're chilling in the tent, bro. It's me and Vinny right now. We just talking a little bit. I'm like, yo, I really saw you at Copa America. Now you back here. Like, you ready for the season? He's like, bro. He's like, yeah, bro. Like, I gotta win, bro. He's like, I'm really trying to come hard this year. And then he's like, yo, he asked me, he's like, why you do? Like, because you know what I'm saying. He's like, I see you. He's like, everywhere. He's like, everywhere. What you do?
Everything.
I'm like, bro, I make content, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, I make content. I fly to different cities. I do brand deals. Like, I'm here with Nike to play you. Like, I'm sick though, because we linked in Miami. We do the video to now. He's like, bro. He's like, you get to travel around the world, make videos. I wish I had your life. And I look at him, I'm like, bro, you're Vini Jr. I wish I had your life. What the hell are you talking about?
What?
But everybody started geeking in the tent, bro. It was like a moment, bro, for sure.
Damn, that's fine.
And his boy Felipe is like his right-hand man. Cool dude, Brazilian guy. Like, very stand-up. He does all the business for Vini. Like, a lot of these guys have a right-hand man.
Yes.
But, like, Felipe has made himself invaluable to Vini. Like, business deals, brand opportunities, connecting with the U.S. Like, he does his due diligence. That's one of the things, like, that I think, like, Vini has a team around him that keep him focused. I don't think Neymar had that. I think that's the biggest difference. It's like, Vini might not be as talented, but I know that for sure that Vini's peak is going to be longer than Neymar's, in my opinion. Like, I think he's going to have more years of that longevity because, bro, Neymar's, 32 playing in Brazil right now? He could have offered so much more. I don't know what your guy, I know you got your Brazil kid on right
I got
now.
going all day, but
Like,
this ain't the
yeah, I feel like with Vini, it's like he has that team around him where it's like, listen, bro, like, you a figure, bro. Like, you gonna do the NFL, NBA collabs. You gonna be on that. Whereas Neymar's friends might have been like, yo, let's go play poker. Let's go play Counter-Strike.
Well, that's the thing,
Let's
right? Like,
chill.
a lot of people were saying that as well. Like, because you see every time Neymar is somewhere, he has his boys with him.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, again, it depends who you're hanging out with. I'm sure they're his boys from, like, when he was a kid and stuff like that. But sometimes you got to understand the position you're at, and is it a smart time to be with these guys, or tell these guys, okay, you know what, you're my boys, but let's start doing some shit.
Let's get some business, bro. And that's what Vini did. You put your friends in positions to eat. You don't just have them around chilling. And if they just around chilling and you give them opportunities and they stealing from you, treating you, you gotta cut loose, bro. You got too much to lose to have people around you that aren't gonna motivate you to be better people. So I will say that Vini got the right people around him, and just having that moment with him in that tent, bro, was crazy, dog. Because, like, after Nike, you know what I'm saying, they're like, hey, Raheem, like, we know you're here for the running campaign, but, like, you do content too. Like, how do you know Vini already? Like, his team, I'm meeting them, and, like, his main manager.
Yeah.
I actually knew his business associate from, like, another agency that I knew. So it was like, oh shit, like, let's tap in. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to this day, bro, all them, like, we still follow each other. I remember when I posted that video of me and Vini, like, he commented on it. That shit went super viral. Because after that shoot, El Clasico happened in New York. So this summer, I saw Vini 3 times, bro. Four times. So we go back now. El Clasico's in New York, and I have to do content. Real Madrid versus Barca. After the game, they have like a little mix zone media thing, but it wasn't really mix zone. It was just like waiting for the players to walk by. So I'm watching the players. Jules Koundé come, Robert Lewandowski, no one bothering them either, bro.
Damn.
I saw Julian Araujo, who played for LA Galaxy. I knew him. I did a shoot with him before. So, like, we were chilling, like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, Julian, it's good to see you at Barca before he went to Bournemouth. Then Barca players came, but I knew I didn't want to get too close with the Barca players because I knew Vini was coming. So I knew I was like, yo, I'm sorry, but the Los Blancos, gotta come.
Your mother used that, bro.
Yeah, Los Blancos gotta come first. So then the first people that came, it was like Rodrigo. Then it was Endrick, and Endrick was like young, bro. Like, you could tell he was just looking around, kind of shy, and like, I actually gave him some words of encouragement. I was like, yo, buena suerte, amigo. Like, I just said it randomly. I just felt like he was just kind of looking around shy. Like, he's new at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Like, he's a kid, bro. I can't believe he's married, bro, to be honest. Like,
bro.
he really looked very like
Young.
a kid still. And like, I know one of my boy tactical manager, he met him actually in Palmeiras in Brazil, another creator, and he said the same thing. He's a little bit immature. He's still trying to grow into his own. So I said something to adapt him up, and you could see the smile kind of light up. That, like, someone in America recognized him. Like, it could be those little things, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have that on video too. And then after he came, Vini came. So I'm like, hey, Melo. Dab each other up, give each other a hug. Bro, Vini chilled with us for like 5 minutes, bro. Like, took pictures with some of my coworkers. We were chopping it up, like, saved each other, like, you know what I'm saying, exchanged like contact real quick. And then he's like, bro, I gotta go. He's like, great seeing you. And he bounced, bro. So it's like, I interact with him on a basis where it's like, yo, if I see Vini around, like, bro, I'm with, and his team follow me. So like, I'm interacting with a player like this, and to see his growth is insane, because that Ballon d'Or moment, like, if I was able to cap that off with him winning the Ballon d'Or and we were there all together, that would have made the best. I think I would have had the best 2024 Out of a lot of people, bro. Oh my goodness, if Vini won that Ballon d'Or, it was crazy, bro. Because leading up to that Ballon d'Or, I was texting his team because we had the Nike shoot, and I was like, "Yo, when you guys popping out to Paris, like it's gonna be right." No answer. Damn. Silence. So I'm like, I'm like, if Vini was gonna win, bro, they wouldn't be acting like this. Why they still in Madrid? Because I saw my boy's story and his location was still in Madrid. I'm like, that's not a good sign.
Oh, and this is one of their team that you're pretty friends with. That's part of his team.
No, yeah, that's part of his team. They're still in Madrid, and I was like, nah, that's not a good sign. He's still at home.
Yeah.
He would have been in Paris by now. Then it comes out like Fabrizio, Rodri has won. Like Real Madrid has, Manchester City informed Real Madrid that Rodri would be winning the Ballon d'Or tonight.
Yeah.
It was clipped after that, bro. No Real Madrid players pulled up. It was crazy, though, because at the Ballon d'Or, like, Ballon d'Or's committee expected them to pull up.
100%, bro.
Is it the committee? I forget about this. Is it the committee that told everyone else that Rodri already won, or was it Fabrizio who kind of blew that up?
No. What happened was the clubs have a relationship with each other. So a Man City told Real Madrid, out of courtesy, hey, we just got news that Rodri won. It's up to you what you do if you want to decide to send Vini or not. But bro, if I'm Vini, I'm not going.
No, of course. That's obviously unlucky for him not to show up and like not get the award. But like for now, the Ballon d'Or ceremony and the hosting this event, obviously, like now the teams talking to each other, telling them that this not people showing up. It looks bad on them. It looks bad on the Ballon d'Or for even telling City like your player already won beforehand, because now they're sharing this content and it's never happened before.
It never happened before, and I think this says a lot about the age that we're in now, because Ballon d'Or is so. Bro, it's media votes, bro. It's journalists.
Mm-hmm.
It's social media content. Why do you think Ballon d'Or is poached? Why do you think we're there?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they need Real Madrid to be there to promote Ballon d'Or to be as big as they can,
Dude,
bro. They want l'équipe. They want French football to be that powerhouse. Because at the end of the day, Ballon d'Or is one of the very few ceremonies that highlight French football. Bro, Ligue 1 isn't really that big. PSG, all the stars left. So for France, it's Ballon d'Or and PSG whenever they make the finals of the Champions League final.
And
but if it's just Ligue 1, if PSG just win Ligue 1, they have to rely on Ballon d'Or for relevancy. Because the whole year, everybody's talking about who's going to win Ballon d'Or, who's going to do this, what's the race.
Yeah.
They're looking at content, they're looking at things happening. Ballon d'Or is like, okay, we're having this ceremony. Real Madrid players have to show up. Jude Bellingham has to come. Vinny has to come. Militao has to come. Courtois, Carlo Ancelotti, who got nominated for the Coach of the Year.
And like when you heard about that,
none. As soon as I heard that Rodri informed the team, I knew Vinny wasn't gonna come. Because even how I felt, I always felt like there was a little agenda against him. I don't know what it was with the journalists, but when you see that many journalists have a perspective, it's very biased, bro. They're not gonna take it as in Vinny on the field. They're gonna take it as in, man, he's always on the field. He's always popping his collar. He always yelling at the refs. He's always bitching. Like he's a part of football I don't like. And you got to remember, bro. Like I'm not going to speak bad about the league, but like there have been moments of racism in the past. Samuel Eto'o against Mallorca, for example, like or against Espanyol. Like these are moments that we can't forget, because in order to learn your future, you got to learn your past. And La Liga can't hide, Serie A can't hide these moments, because if you don't look at these moments, you will not grow from them and learning black culture.
They don't take action.
Even for La Liga to just even also, I guess, also be like Madrid, like you guys should still show up as representing the league itself, because now the league looks bad.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the league didn't do things to make Vini look like the better player. Because I'm sure La Liga wants the Ballon d'Or to come to their league.
Of course.
Like, maybe you blame La Liga. Maybe you didn't show your player as much as you should have. You should put him on the front of the table and like put him like, this is our guy. He deserves the Ballon d'Or. They didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't show up, that's also on you.
You
look bad.
But also, that's not La Liga's job, though.
No,
like at the end of the day, Ballon d'Or, we got to remember the Ballon d'Or is a player individual trophy.
Yeah.
It's not Real Madrid. It's not La Liga. It's not La Liga's fault. You know what I'm saying? That Vinny didn't win. It's not Real Madrid's fault or these clubs. At the end of the day, it's what the people vote, what the fans vote. It's a fans award at the end of the day. If you really look at it, it's like the MTV Awards of football. Like, if we're being honest, like,
what are people saying now though? Like PR is massive.
Massive. Well, this is why all these players have these teams behind them. Bro, this shit is calculated, dog. Like, a lot of people, if you're just scrolling, you gotta scroll with a purpose sometime. Like, that's what I learned about a creator. I don't just scroll on Instagram just to scroll. If that's the case, I'm just gonna put my phone away unless I'm looking at what my friends are doing. If I'm going on Instagram, if I'm going on the reels, I'm specifically looking at what is working within this space? How are people capturing attention? What are the latest trends? What are people looking at? Bro, these teams of Vinny, these guys are doing the same exact thing. All these little things that they do leading into the World Cup. You're going to see more campaigns in Canada pushing the Alfonso. You're going to see Alfonso's in front of Tim Hortons. They're already doing it, bro. Like, they're starting to grow it a little bit because Canada is a little even behind when it comes to social. We know that. You know what I'm saying? As Canadians, we know that, bro. Like, they're late to this space. So they're playing catch up. Tim Hortons all of a sudden, oh, shoot. We got to put Jacob Schaffelberg in a campaign. You think Jacob Schaffelberg, an MLS player, is getting a campaign with Tim Hortons 2 years ago? They barely trying to give one to Fonzie back then.
They're collabing with Adidas now. See, I don't know if you saw this. Have like the Timbits boots and boots. Like, never. You have Timbit soccer, but when have you ever collabed to grow the game besides your brand itself?
Fam, that's what I'm saying. So you're starting to see and read between the lines, and like, players are becoming more conscious of who they are as individuals. Like, Lamine Yamal knows, like, when he dances, when he has a little bro around,
his hair,
all those things go into the persona and what he is as a person and how it affects him on the field. Some of these guys, they fake a persona, and some of these guys, no, it's really them, bro. And I think the players who are really true and authentic to themselves and comfortable in themselves perform the best. It's the reason why, even if they're not the best players on the field, you still tap in. If Rafael Leao plays a game and he plays ass, you still gonna tap into him on his fashion tip. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think you can also bring up something relevant in media. It's like when you see a lot of these players and former players that now make podcasts and all these things to have takes just for clicks because they didn't do the work while they were in their career.
Yeah,
bro. I'm telling you,
you see a lot of players doing that. The national team.
Yeah, the U.S. That's exactly what I was.
And even seeing that, the whole thing that came out of Paramount, their whole
thing.
9 episodes. In my opinion, I wish that was done a lot better. And I don't blame Paramount. I don't blame Christian. Honestly, I don't even think Christian. I don't even think Christian would really even want to do that right now. Like, in my opinion, I feel like Christian is so. You know what? I gotta get my career. Like, I like being the guy a little bit in the shadow a little bit. I don't have to be that face because U.S. soccer is in a position where, like, we need a star, bro.
Yes.
We need a star. Yeah. Bro, Tom Brady said it the other day. U.S. soccer needs a Messi. Like, it's not, we can't just produce a Messi. Obviously, that's how the average American soccer fan is going to phrase it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Tom Brady, though. That's a legend. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing him and being invested in the game. But what Tom Brady was basically trying to say is we need a star. We need a genuine person who's not afraid of the limelight, who's ready to take on this role as the face of American soccer. And we haven't had it. We didn't have that since Landon. And Landon came from an era where there was no social media content. There was no push. It was just more like if you were really a U.S. soccer fan, you were tapping in. Now U.S. soccer is kind of like in a place where soccer is everywhere, bro. But as American, people aren't really talking about USMNT unless you're really a fan. How do you get it to that limelight? Is by having a player who's at the Real Madrids, at the Barcelonas, playing with the Lamine Yamals, hooping with them, playing with the Cities, playing with the Liverpools on a consistent basis. AC Milan's a big club too, so like, Christian's that option that we have now that we're gonna place. The problem is Christian don't want to be in the limelight like that. He's cool with being the humble guy from Hershey, Pennsylvania, where he comes from, loves his family, loves his girlfriend, loves just playing football for a club that he adores, massive soccer fan. Christian, bro, his ball knowledge, he is there, bro. Like, you have a conversation, bro. He's one of those. You talk to some players and you could tell, like, beyond just football, they're not really fans of it. They just play because it makes them money. Bro, football is a job. Yes. Not everybody loves their job. You could tell Christian genuinely loves his job. Like, he loved it. He loved, like, Luis Figo is one of his favorite players. Like, he knows all this knowledge, but he's being forced into a role that is just not fitting his personality. Exactly. And that's not his fault. These brands, they're trying to get into soccer some way. Yeah. And if I'm a Microsoft or if I'm a Best Buy or if I'm a Lexus or a Walmart or Target, if I'm trying to get into soccer and I go and look up U.S. soccer, who's the first player that pushes up?
Pulisic.
So who am I going to, I have $1 million budget. There's no one bigger else to go to. I'm going to go to Christian, but Christian don't want to.
The LeBron James of
soccer. He don't want that. He don't want it. Yeah. And it's like, for U.S. soccer, who's going to be that guy who kind of takes that reign? Because Christian's going to be that person on the field, but when it comes to that social media and being that guy, I think he would prefer to just be a footballer.
What is that? Yeah, if US do kind of find that a Messi player, dude, football in the US will 10 times the viewership, the everything will grow as its whole. And like we saw a bit of it here with Fonzie when he went to Bayern.
Look how big that was.
Obviously, he's a little bit of injury now, but like once he gets back on the pitch, dude, we're gonna get back onto it. Like we're gonna start seeing more football, like fans and everything show up to these games and stuff.
Of course, and I know a lot of European fans. They're like, "Oh, American soccer's joke. MLS is a joke. Like they only sign 35 and up ballers. Like it's not the league to be in. Frank Lampard was there when he was done. All that sort of stuff." But bro, I'm telling you, these kids from MLS Next are competing with these guys on the international stage. Clubs are looking at American and Canadian talent now. It's a completely different space, bro. Like, I don't think Europeans recognize how fast at an accelerated rate American soccer grew, because the way in Europe, it's like 1900s they had this established. Bro, MLS started in what, 96? TFC came in what, 2008, bro? TFC was around when came around when I was 10, bro. You know what I'm saying? Canadian soccer basically started when we were 10. Dwayne D. Rosario, Atiba Hutchinson, all these guys had nowhere to play domestically. Nowhere. Playing for Toronto Lynx. Like, do you know where Canadian soccer came from? We're seeing Fonzie playing in Champions League final, winning, bro. We're talking about D-Row not even getting an opportunity in ML. Bro, it was luck, bro. He played a friendly against Richmond Kickers and destroyed them. And they were like, yo, this Canadian guy is good. Played for the Kickers, made MLS with San Jose. D-Row, rest was history, bro. But it's like, bro, we have to fight tooth and nail to get the respect of European and South American fans. It's like, bro, we're churning the talent. You're going to see the guys coming at a scale, and it's just a matter of, yo, who can handle it now? Because we're seeing the Cavan Sullivans. We're seeing the kid. What's his name?
Even Luna.
Diego Luna. Or also the guy from Canada, from CPO. York United. Shola. Yeah, I want to give him his flowers too, because on a Canadian scale, playing in CPL 17 years old, that's not easy. No. You know what I'm saying? That's talent. You know what I'm saying? We're starting to see international appeal for American and Canadian talent. We didn't have that growing up. So we're going to be at an accelerated rate because now you have social media. A club don't have to fly all the way to Canada to go see you play. Go on the kid's Instagram. You can see everything about a player on Instagram. You can see what he thinks, what he prioritizes, how he carries himself. I'm seeing kids nowadays posting videos of them making MLS Next Pro teams, crying and stuff. And I'm like, yo, what's going, like, you know what I'm saying? It's getting to a point where it's like the game is growing a little bit too fast to where it's like, yo, bro, like, hold the brakes, man. This development process is slow. You're 13 years old stressing about making MLS Next, bro. Like, that's just the first ring. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And soccer's growing so fast, and parents are so excited to Project Mbappe their kid. That's Christian now, because, yo, a lot of kids aren't tall enough to be in the NBA or big enough to be in the NFL. Soccer's the safest sport. Yeah. No like there's some concussions, but like no getting hit. Start early, and now you can put your kids into, like, you could find a trainer on Instagram. A mom, a stay-at-home mom could be like, oh, I want to find my kid a trainer. Go on Instagram, find your local trainer with 40,000 followers on Instagram. He's training your kid now. That's the world we're living in now. So now American soccer is completely different. Kids are starting at 6 years old, drills, having people train them early on, bro. We never had this, bro. Like, social media changed the game for scouts, for managers, for players, everything that's portrayed. And that's why soccer has grown so fast, because MLS Next, you go on those clips on TikTok, viral. Cavan Sullivan, viral. Jameer Johnson, viral. And I know all these kids because I played for Philadelphia Union Academy. So I'm like I was the prototype, the OGs. So when I went back to Philadelphia Union to speak to the kids, Cavan's there, Jameer's listening, like all these guys who are next up. And it's like we're keeping that connection. But it's like, bro, you're starting to see how American soccer is really getting there, bro. Because these kids, when I went to go watch Cavan Sullivan train, bro, with the first team, I was talking to Bradley Carnell, because this is me going back as a grown man. I didn't go back since I left. I didn't get signed as a homegrown. So my relationship with Philly was like, I don't know, man. They didn't sign me. I was like, whatever. But once I started doing the content, I was more intrigued about, bringing my roots all back together. I was like, man, that footy shit in the past, like, that wasn't meant for me now. This is what I do now. How can I impact the next gen? So I went back to Philly, seeing Cavan go to school, bro. So let's think about it. Cavan's going viral, 880 likes, TikTok. 16 years old in school with his friends, bro, chilling. Like, crazy. Philly made an environment where, like, these kids could just be kids, bro. Because, like, a kid in certain environments, he see that, had gassed. Nobody could tell me shit.
Facts.
And like, you know, Cavan has that confidence in him, but he's not an ass. Like, he's not like a disrespectful person. Like when he sees me, he's like, yo, like I like your drip. Like, how do you get all this drip? Like, you know, you can tell he's coming into his own, bro. He's 15, bro. So it's like I'm 27. I'm passing it down to him. You know what I'm saying? So I get to watch the first team train. So I'm on the pitch, bro, and like I'm with the first team coach. I'm with my old academy coach that became the assistant coach. And we're actually talking about the development system. He's like, bro, the kids, he's like, what you're going to watch in the session, they weren't that much higher than you guys in level. The opportunity is just different.
Damn.
Yo, a lot of that's what that confirmed it with me. I was like, yo, like a lot of us could have made it, bro. Just American soccer, Canadian soccer wasn't ready for us.
I'm telling you, man, like even with us, like when we were playing, it's like Daniel said before, when we were younger, all we had was Vaughn. All we had was this one league, this. Nowadays, there's so many opportunities. But you got to be smart with those opportunities.
You got to be smart. Think about it. This is the difference now. Now it's not the opportunities, but the distractions with the opportunities. Yes. A kid go on trial to Man City. He think he the next up. He going viral on TikTok. Oh, he scored in CONCACAF U15. You know how many kids I know who scored in CONCACAF under 15? The only person who's playing still to this day on that squad is who? Like Liam Fraser and Tristan Borges, bro.
There you go.
From our Canada squad, they scored in it. These kids are getting millions of views. Back in those days, we weren't getting any views doing the same exact thing. Same exact steps.
You didn't clip it.
No clips.
Cameras weren't on, bro.
But now social media changed scouting. It changed everything. These players, you're a 16-year-old kid at Lyon. You're a 16-year-old kid at Philadelphia Union or Houston Dynamo. Post this clip of you doing a skill move, dicing a kid. Up.
Yeah.
No matter, you might not even have the best attitude or be the best player, but because of your views, you think you're the one. And a lot of these kids are getting that reputation early, so they're just dealing with a lot more at an earlier phase. But what I will say about like Cavan, for example, very mature for his age. I'm watching him train with the first team, and I'm looking at so like now to bring this full circle, I'm basically comparing him to what I saw with Christian at that age.
Yes.
So, because think about it, I got to see Christian when I was on that bench, mad as shit. Barcelona, La Masia. I got to see Christian at 14, and I was like, half turn, turning with pace, decisive through balls, like the attributes that at a young age that translate to the pro level. Because you'll see with a lot of these kids nowadays, it's like they doing things on the field that's not going to work against grown men. I'm sorry. You think Ibrahima Konate is going for a snake and a double step? No, bro. Body that. Give me that. And I went to that training session with Cavan with that indication of like, okay, I saw Christian play at 13. Let's see where he is compared to that. That was my bar, basically. Yeah. So I went into the first team training session and I'm watching Cavan get his touches. I'm like, they have him as the neutral. So he's in the neutral a lot of the drills. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to get him the ball as much as possible to grow the confidence and get him ready for City, basically. So I'm seeing it. I'm like, touches are clean. He knows where the ball is at the right time. He looks confident. I'm like, okay. He hasn't showed me like sublime double step over. And a lot of kids think the game is that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Where the game is the double step over, the snake and mag and all the stuff that excites you on TikTok. Pro game is not like that. Pro game is how fast could you analyze the pitch? How fast could you find your next teammate? Do you understand the tactics? Can you come in and tuck in when you're on defense? Can you go and spread the field when you're on attack? Do you know where to be on phases of the field? Do you know the final phase, the third phase? A lot of football fans and a lot of people don't realize because they never played.
It could be just as simple as a coach seeing how you're checking your shoulder. Look how he checked. Okay, instead of looking to the right, he looked this way. That's how you see him.
That's how you see it.
Doing a little right here. How they read the field is what you want to see, right?
It's everything, bro. So I was looking at Cavan. I'm like, okay, he's left-footed, right? Let me see when the ball. So like, let's say if the ball is played, they do a drill in the pro game a lot. It's like a possession drill. It's like one guy standing on one side, the other guy standing on the other. Two teams against each other. You got to play the final, like the guy through. It's like a final.
Yeah.
So start off that drill, and then Cavan was in the middle. So I'm looking at him, looking at how he's turning, look how he's getting the ball, keeping possession, keeping it smooth. Then the ball comes in very hard one time. I'm like, let's see if he's gonna pressure it. Got a control play. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing it. Then they go into like little scrimmages, so 8v8. And you know, Cavan also has a brother, Quinn Sullivan. So I'm looking at Quinn as well. The main guys I went to watch there were Quinn Sullivan, Cavan Sullivan, my boy Nate Harrio, who played on the Olympic squad. Sick. A couple of the younger guys. They go into like an 8v8 drill. Cavan is the neutral again. He like, you could tell he's trying shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the ball comes, he's trying to he tries to do like a double step over on the goalkeeper. Like he gets around the goalie and he tries to hit it with his right and he whiffs it. But it's like, bro, like for him to just try the stuff, like you could still tell he's 15.
Yeah.
But you can tell like when his confidence takes over, and like when you're 15 years old, when you make one mistake, it could ruin your whole session, bro. Because you're like, God damn it, I made that mistake. And then you do another one, you're like, I'm having a poor session. Bro, Cavan just be playing, bro. Like he playing grown man ball. 1-2s, hey, demanding the ball. Hey, give it to me. I want the ball. Give it to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn.
And not only just asking for it, because you could tell in football, if a real baller is scared, he don't want the ball. He gonna ask for it, but he gonna be hiding behind the CDM. Like you know when a guy's scared, he's like, give me the ball, but like, you know, he's hiding behind the left back or the CDM hiding behind.
Yeah,
He don't really want it. Cavan's like, nah, pulling off. I want the ball. Give it to me. I want to create. From that session, I'm talking to them. I'm talking the development path. I mean, he goes to City when he turns I think he turned in like 18. Yeah, he turned City. So like the plan for him now is like to get him reps in MLS and then get him ready for City. But like the thing is like Cavan still has a lot of growing to do, bro. Like body,
of course,
physical, because he'll get by guys. But, you know, grown man strength is different, especially MLS. MLS is a very physical league. Literally, Bernardeschi said it when he went to Bologna. He said that MLS on par physically with a lot of leagues he's played in, and that says a lot. He said it's more physical than Serie A. And I went to a Serie A game. Serie A games are slow, bro. I saw Torino versus Bologna, bro. Very methodical football.
Snooze fest?
I'm not going to say boring, but very methodical. Very methodical.
You can go for a drink and come back.
Yeah, for sure. And it's still like in the back three. Yeah. You know they love their back three in Italy. Yeah. So these little things, and I'm analyzing, I'm seeing where Christian was. I see him with that potential. You know what I'm saying? I think Christian had more like break line speed and ability to like really like leave guys for dust one-on-one. I think Cavan could beat guys one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? I think he's developing that physical to not only beat guys 1v1 to beat, but burst. You know how Lamine Yamal, he's pushing it, bro. He's bursting past guys. I'm not saying Lamine Yamal's an out-and-out runner, sprinter, but like after he does that skill move, it's that one, boom. Yeah. That's all you need on the defender. It's that touch, boom. So the more that Cavan could kind of just get that physicality, that once he beats a guy, he's not off balance and like they're catching up to him or they're just able to catch up to him. He's going to be a problem, bro. He's going to be a problem for sure.
I'm sure you guys saw some clips of him recently, right? I think.
Yeah, bro. One of the clips just went viral because he just started going to City now.
Exactly.
And it's funny. So his dad actually teaches at the YSC school. So like the Sullivans are like all in the school from like grade 4 to like up to Quinn. Like all of them went to YSC where we all came from. So it's like all these prospects I'm seeing, bro, those are all my little bros. Like I'm seeing Jameer, I'm seeing Cavan, I'm seeing Quinn, I'm doing shoots with them, and it's like I was in their position and I'm seeing them carry on that torch. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
It's really, really dope, bro. And like for a guy like Cavan, I think the sky's the limit, bro. I think it's just a matter of not letting those TikToks, the Instagram distract you, because that's the one thing Christian had. When he went to Dortmund at 16, Christian had no distractions, bro. Yeah. When he first got there, bro, he couldn't play in any games for 5 months. He used to call me on FaceTime when I was at Philly. He'd be like, yo, bro, what are you doing? And I'm like, yo, fam, like, I just finished training with Bethlehem Steel. I'm at school, bro. I'm like, how's Germany? He's like, yo, Germany's all right, bro. Like, it's cold. He's like, is things good over there? How's Philly? Like, he wanted to know. So I always had this relationship with him where we would just check in periods of our life. And I think during that time, he was going through a period at Dortmund when he first got there where you're struggling with adversity, bro. That first 6 months in a lonely city like Dortmund, it could affect you, bro. And I think I watched a social media clip where it's like in Germany, they say you age quicker.
Yeah.
The environment is not as friendly, as welcoming. Christian had to learn German because if you don't learn German, they won't even speak to you in training, bro. So Christian learned German right away, and then he started playing the U19 Junior Bundesliga. I would watch his games at highlights at school, and then he played in a final against Schalke's U19s. So it was Haji in Weston against Christian U19 Junior Bundesliga final. Schalke Dortmund, biggest rivals. So I'm seeing these guys go from like, yo, I'm at Philly doing my thing with Bethlehem Steel, but I'm watching them overseas playing these academies. But I'm having to go on like some third stream party website just to watch this. You think if Cavan Sullivan and another guy, that shit wouldn't be live nowadays?
Yeah.
No way. You got some of the biggest prospects in U19 German Bundesliga. Matter of fact, that game might be played in a stadium nowadays, bro, the way things are televised. So it's not even just a matter of like the development, bro. The game has changed for players, bro. Social media has changed football, bro, forever.
So do you think Cavan Sullivan has that personality to be the future face of the USMNT?
I'm not gonna put that much pressure on him because he's 15 years old, bro. Like at the end of the day, bro, he's a kid, bro. Like I think a lot of people need to slow down, bro. Like when you in these Reddits, these US soccer Reddits, everybody say Cavan's the next one. I think a lot of people also are settling expectations because we've seen a lot of prospects in American soccer. Like look at Gio Reyna, man. Gio Reyna can't figure out. I know you got your Dortmund kid on right now, but it's like, bro, like he's stuck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So you could be a prospect. The most games Gio Reyna has played has been in 2020, 2021, bro.
Yeah.
When they had Jude Bellingham and Erling Haaland on that squad, he was supposed to be the third person to go up to another big move.
Yeah.
Out of all those people, he's still at Dort.
Yeah.
Look where Erling Haaland is. Look where Jude Bellingham is. Look what Gio Reyna can't even.
Just
Can't
stagnated.
even play.
So when I watch a Cavan, I'm like, guys, there's so much left to this. You know what I'm saying? So many pieces. He's going to figure himself out as a man too. Like, he's going to be doing brand deals. He might not like them as much. I mean, now he likes it because he's 16 and everybody gets, all the eyes are on him. He's getting all the shorties and he's the guy. Like, if you're 16 and you're the guy, like, you're gonna be acting like that. Like, I'm 16, like, I'm going viral, I'm up. Like, I used to think like that. Like, all players used to, like, look up their name on Top Drawer Soccer and see where they're ranked, bro. You know what I'm saying? Guys was doing that, bro. So, like, now in TikTok, these days and age, I can see why he's doing that. But for him, it's just staying grounded every day, learning something new or growing something about his game and developing something about his game that's going to translate to the next level. And if he develops physically and he has the mental to cope and the physical to cope with the pro game, because when you take that step from U20 to now, all right, Guardiola's like, yo, first session, you going up against Yasko.
Yeah.
First session, you going up against
Diaz.
Kusanov.
Yeah.
Oh, first session. Oh, you think you're just going to play? Oh, Ryan Cherokee's playing number 10. So where are you going to play? So there's levels to this shit, bro. And he has a long way to go.
Yeah. And
But I believe in his talent.
and like you said before, having a good support system, like with Vini, right?
Mhm.
Family, good friends, good people, good coaches, good people around him. You need that as well. So
Oh, for
hopefully-
sure, bro. And he got that, man. The Sullivans are great people. The dad, I met him at GA Cup when Cavan was playing in the final. And, like, I saw Cavan in that. That was my first 90-minute match I saw him play. And, like, I saw him score a goal. I saw him miss a penalty. So I saw a lot about his game overall. And me and his dad chopped it up. I told him I went to Philly. I know, like the family that does a lot of stuff at Philadelphia Union who runs it. I'm really close with them. And he knew who I was. And, you know, we familiarized ourselves with each other. And then eventually when I saw him in Philly a couple months ago to do the shoot with Quinn, full circle, you know what I'm saying? So seeing their development, how they treat their kids, man, their dad is like, bro, he has his own training center. Like he's coaching kids now too. He's getting in the social media game as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Cavan's even at 15 years old, putting his dad in positions to eat, putting family in positions to eat. So you're seeing how like the family structure is like, okay, like even though Cavan's doing his own thing on the field, dad, like you coach two kids that made it to MLS in their teens. Certainly you know something about producing pros that people don't. Don't you think the Sally in the suburbs of Philadelphia doesn't want to hit Cavan's dad up? Train my kid. That's it, bro. You got it. Everybody eat and Cav and the Sullivans, they come from a family where it's like they're not just training these kids. I'm not saying it's a money thing, but like they are really building an empire in the sport, like almost on some like LeVar Ball type shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, they got two that made it. So shit, he matched up to it. So, but it's all about how Cavan really just goes from here and just keeping his head down. You know what I'm saying? Distractions, get out the way, go to city, learn, eat some British food, survive the cold. And when you get to that first training session with Pep, he gotta be ready, bro. You gotta lock in, bro. Lock in, bro. A lot like you ain't gonna see that when you watching the Prem this weekend. Like, you know what I'm saying? All these players had that one session where they have to prove themselves and it's sink or swim, bro. Because sometimes that one session is your only chance, bro.
Yeah.
City could sign anybody in the world, bro. Look how many players they got. Met Chelsea, any player in the world. So you have to be different when you go to City, bro. Have to.
Dude, amazing stories from your end, your experiences, the players you've met, the people you've met, the connections you got. Like,
Bro, I appreciate you, bro, for real, man.
You spoke a little bit about the Prem right now. Quickly before we end off the pod, Arsenal fan, yes,
Yes, sir.
is Arteta doing it this year, dude? Are we seeing a title-winning Arsenal side?
I don't know if you guys saw my video the other day, but I said this is gonna be the most competitive season of the Premier League we have seen in a while.
Yes.
Every team is good. Chelsea just won Club World Cup, investing crazy, selling very great players for very great deals.
Yeah.
Todd Bowley has created a machine of a club.
Oh my god.
Like, I know people made fun of him,
At the
but
start.
he literally he said he was gonna do Moneyball, and they're doing it, bro, and they're winning. So it's like I'm kind of scared of them, bro. Joao Pedro bagging, Liam Delap. They're getting rid of Nico Jackson already.
Bro, crazy.
So it's like I'm seeing Chelsea, Man City. Man City don't scare me. Man City don't scare me. You know why though? I know my boy Dante isn't gonna like this, but the thing with Pep Guardiola, a lot of players need an adjustment period.
Yes.
But back in the day, guys like Raheem Sterling, guys like Gabriel Jesus, guys like Mahrez, they didn't really need a year to learn. They hit off the ground running. First season, Raheem Sterling hat-trick. Second week, or I think on his debut against on Bournemouth, I believe, he scored a hat-trick. Leroy Sané, PFA player, young player of the season, his first season at City. Bro, Pep Guardiola's missing wingers that could produce stats. Jeremy Doku, where's the? I need to see another edge from him. He needs to produce. They already talking about Savinho going to Spurs.
Yeah.
1 goal, 8 assists. Bro, we're talking about Raheem Sterling, 30 goals.
Yep.
Gabriel Jesus chipping in 18 goals. Riyad Mahrez, 20 goals. You know what I'm
Sané
saying?
too, yeah.
Guys were producing stats. The Premier League is as competitive as ever this year. Liverpool just signed my boy Ekitike, hooped in the final. They're doing their thing. Do I think Arsenal could win? Do I think Gyökeres is enough? Listen, man. I think toe-to-toe Arsenal could match with anybody, bro.
Bro, answer the question. See Arsenal fans, answer the question.
Bro, I'm gonna put yes with an asterisk, bro.
What do you mean by that?
Like yes with an asterisk in that like there's other clubs in the running that are just as good as our squad, and it's tough to say because injuries. Bro, players are playing so many games. It's a World Cup year, bro. Some guys, towards the end of the season, they might just be like, yo, let me take it a little easy, man. World Cup around the corner. Let me chill for a sec. You know what I'm saying? Might not put that much gas on the pedal to win the league. The points add up. The pressure adds up. The games add up. Champions League, FA Cup. So I think we have the potential, but I don't know.
Excuses are coming already. Yeah.
So you're saying no, basically.
Nah, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say we have the potential to win the league, but I feel like a lot of other teams have the potential as well. But at the end of the day, I think Arteta, for him, if he doesn't win the league this year, I think Arsenal start looking somewhere else.
Damn.
So
I will say that. I know that's a guarantee.
they brought players in that were needed, or everyone's been saying they need a striker, they need another center mid, they need some of this. They made those signings now. They got the players they need. They have their team now. This is the time.
This is the time to win it, bro. Zubamendi came in, Gyökeres, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see that, but we got to see Portuguese league. Is it going to translate, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm big on mostly like on the player aspect than like the club aspect, but like at the end of the day, like I do think Arsenal could win it, but at the end of the day, bro, these players, they gotta to win the Premier League, guys. It's a grind, bro.
Yeah.
It's a fucking grind. It's not always about either if you're like the best team at the beginning of the match day. 3 injuries happen, you're half the team you was, bro. Think about it. If your club loses its main stars during the season, bro, that could cost you so many points, bro. I've been watching videos on it, bro. It's the littlest things that cost you points in the Prem. So it's competitive, bro. I think Arsenal could win it, but we'll see.
So what's Saka's limps per 90 going to be looking like?
Bro, I'll tell you what, though. I think he's gonna share some minutes with Madueke.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think Madueke is a bad player, bro. I think a lot of people give him more flack for what he is. What do you
Your
think?
type of player.
Huh?
Your type of player.
Who, Noni? Nonzino.
That's it.
I like guys that like to see people on. What's the point of playing the game and turning around and passing it back every time, fam? If I want to do that, I'll go in my backyard and hit the ball against the wall. I want to. If I want to see a winger play, I want to see what you got. Are you gonna take your defender on 1v1 or not? Because the way I look at the game, I'm like, I wanted to add that. I like that. I like that challenge of beating your fullback and scoring and doing that. So I look at football in that aspect. When I'm looking at a winger, I'm like, are you going to take your fullback on? And,
Bro,
bro,
see that
You don't see it often, bro. Thierry Henry, like we talk about Doué, for example. Thierry Henry in the Olympics had to tell Doué, stop turning and passing the ball back. You're good at taking people 1v1. It's a confidence thing, bro. When you see players go from doing it to not doing it,
I think it's
a
a
thing.
confidence thing, but I think too, if they got a player same position on the bench that is at their same level, like Barcola's competing the same minutes, and like Barcola's PSG was the one guy before Doué kind of took that a little bit during the Champions League too. You don't want to make mistakes. Taking a player on and then losing it. Oof. Is my manager going to burn me for this after the game? They told me I got the talent to do it. I'm trying it, but you're not going to get it every single time. But now you got Barcola behind you, who's going to do the same, who's going to want to get those.
And that shit probably going to work, bro. Barcola's crazy.
And then now Saka, now that he has Madueke, like, dude, imagine Saka's sitting on the bench now. Madueke's running the team. What are Arsenal fans going to say then? That's your boy. That's your golden
crazy.
boy.
By the end of the day, yo, go ahead.
I was going to say, I also think the game's changed, right? It's like sometimes you see a winger beat a fullback, but who's in the box?
No one.
Right?
Jokeris.
And then you have a lot of right-footed wingers playing on the left side just to cut in.
That's the invert, yeah.
And
Garnacho too.
It's yeah.
I would say football has changed a lot, bro. I would say this. I would say, for one, I would say a lot of strikers, they're not as hungry.
No gunman.
They don't feel it. They don't feel like. I would say this. There are gunmen out there, but the reason why is the reason why they cost 70 mil, 80 mil.
Yeah.
If you want a guy who could guarantee you goals, he's gonna cost you 70 mil. You need that. And the thing is, football's so fickle now, man. These guys go on Instagram, one bad game, he's shite.
Yeah.
Just never wear the colors again, booing you and your. I seen Josh get booed at Old Trafford, bro.
Jeez.
Booed at Old Trafford, bro. You get paid, you get bought for 50 mil. Club is supposed to be welcoming, doing all this. You get booed, get subbed out before the halftime. Like, that's a real human being, bro. That shit, bro. To get subbed out at halftime in front of 60,000 people, do you know how embarrassing that is? That's like your job telling you to like get up, like you're like leave work early, like leave work early, like
Go home early.
yeah,
bro.
you go home early. You're not doing it.
You're not him.
And everybody there saying boo in the office.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad, bro. Like, I always look at that human side of them. Like, bro, it's tough. So the Premier League race is going to be very, very interesting, though, because I think this is going to be, like I said, one of the most competitive years for sure.
Because I know my brother was mentioning the other day, like, dude, a couple years back, we didn't have any strikers. Nothing was in the market. Now, like, you see the champions, the top Premier League teams, they're all getting strikers now.
Everybody want a striker.
Dude, there was a race for Sesko. There was a race for Isaac. Isac's still available, wants to leave. Like,
Yeah.
He's in the fucking purgatory right now.
Yeah.
like Atike, like, bro, like, and that's the thing now. There's strikers available, but is a Sesko worth 80 mil? Is it Isaac worth 120, 130 mil? Like, there's a price now. Like, are we United? I think overspent a little bit, but at the same time,
That's the market.
But you had to, because they're not in Champions League. They can't get anyone else. They know Sesko's a little bit of a project. He's still young.
And
have to
also
spend that money.
Also, United don't negotiate. They just pay whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, they pay whatever.
Sometimes even more. But
It's hard though, man. If a team like United, the same thing happened with Anthony. There was no other options. You had to spend 90 mil because no one else was going to come.
Yeah.
Ajax can put any price on him because they know you want him,
And they know you have the money too.
and they know you got the money.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. Bro, football has changed so much. First of all, the money's crazy, and I'd say the player power is insane, bro.
Man,
Like, the amount of players. Think about it. Anthony has said no to every single transfer that Manchester United has offered him. He says, no, I'm only going to Betis. So where does that leave Manchester United? You know what they're going to have to do? They're going to have to say, fuck it. End of the window, 5 million fee from Real Betis. At least we get something.
Yeah. on
Because
loan or
I'm
something.
telling you, if every club is bidding 35 and Anthony says no, at the end of the day, the final decision comes up to the player.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to go, Jadon Sancho, bro, these players, bro, they chilling, bro. But I don't blame players as well, because we also got to look at the clubs. And a perfect example of this, Ismail Kone. Let's talk about this, bro.
Oof.
yeah.
With that Marseille thing.
Crazy.
Clubs will make a player look like a villain, bro. And a lot of people don't know this because you never played in like a pro environment. They never played in a pro environment and never realized that, like, yo, clubs do dirty too, bro. Like, it's a two-way street, bro. Like, this is a business at the end of the day. If you're not producing, a club is getting rid of you, bro. At the end of the day, if you do something, a club could force you to come out of a club. They can hit up tabloids. Sometimes the leaks, when clubs say there's a leak, it's literally the club themselves.
Yeah.
They're leaking info about a player to force him to leave. They'll tell an agent, hey, we don't want this player here. A coach will tell you, I don't want you here. I will make you go train with the under 23s if you come back. This is what clubs do, bro. So when I see a player like Ismail Kone going to training every single day, I bet you I could tell you exactly what happened in this session even before it happened, because I've seen sessions like this happen all the time, and I've been kicked out of training sessions myself. I bet you it went like this. De Zerbi wanted Ishmael to play two-touch, gave away the first pass. He kind of got his head down. De Zerbi was on him. Bro, how you losing the ball in this space? Probably already not having the right energy towards him in the first place. Ishmael shut down. Because a lot of coaches don't realize, bro, people aren't going to respond well when you're yelling and when you're carrying on. I don't know. I never understood managers that did that. It's like, bro, people don't respond to yelling. Like, you know that.
They don't respond
as an adult. Yeah. So I bet you Ishmael put his head down after that mistake. He's thinking about it so much, trying to get it. He takes a misstep, takes that touch again. The Serbi's like, God fucking damn it. You're always taking these touches. He's like, bro, I didn't mean, like, you know, yo, we can get a little fiery as Canadians, fam. Like, he's probably like, bro, I didn't even mean it. Like, you know, he didn't mean it as disrespect. He's like responding back to the energy of him yelling. He's like, man, I didn't mean to do it like that. He's like, I didn't mean to do it like that, but it sounded like I didn't mean to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then De Zerbi's like, wait, like you talking back at me because now it looks like you question his authority. That's all the coach needs. That's all. He got that on video.
Dude, that's the thing. You gaslit him.
Marseille's not smart. They had that on video. They had it on video set up. They basically set him up, bro. Like, then when he's walking away, he leaves the coach. Oh, go call your agent. Go find a move. Why did De Zerbi have to say that? He's already going to the locker room. And it's like, if that wasn't recorded, you would never even know. And I'm glad that a lot of people recognize that side of the game. Like, that's why I love social media now. Yeah. Because before, players used to get treated like shit by clubs. And the fans would be like, why are the clubs, why is the player acting like that? Like, it's the club. It's only about the club. You know, I love this club since I was 5 years old in England. Like, it's only about the club. Oh, did you see last week in training when his manager literally effed him off in front of the whole team? And that's probably the reason why he's not responding to the manager, bro. These are real people. People think this is FIFA, bro. It's like, if Ishmael Kone is going to the locker room and the conversation's over, the conversation's over. Exactly. Why are you going to incite another argument by saying, go find another club through your agent? That's crazy to yell in front of everybody on the team. Think about
imagine
all those guys at the session. You know what I'm saying? We're talking Rabiot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People, big players listening, saying, ooh, like, and you look crazy.
They probably have a good relationship with the player too. Like, bro, like,
he
doesn't mean that. Like, De Zerbi's clearly having a bad day. Like, you probably woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Your kid pissed you off this morning.
Exactly.
Someone cut you off. Like, it's not on the player, bro. Like, don't take it too seriously.
Don't take it too serious. And then De Zerbi called that, and obviously he's gonna respond. And obviously maybe Ishmael should have been like, yo, like, but it's hard in that moment, man. Think about it. He probably was like, Marseille was my dream club. I'm coming here from Canada, from Watford. I had a big season. I could come to Marseille, hoop, go to the next level. Manager doesn't end up really liking him as much, and it happens to that. I'm just glad that he scored a banger against them after a loan at least, I believe. Yeah,
it's crazy though, because like we spoke about it a long while ago too. Like, managers can sometimes destroy players' careers.
Of course. And we don't talk about that enough because everybody thinks it's player. Yo, Alexander Isak, for example, at Newcastle, they're saying Alexander Isak is not trying to go to training. He's trying to force his way out. Eddie Howe told him not to come to training. Yeah. Bro, Isak is getting fined every game that he's not playing in the Premier League. He's at home like, damn, I want to play. His team is like, yo, you might not want to play because they told you not to play. It's not like you said you're not playing. It's like you kind of take it as a writing on the wall. You don't think Newcastle wants 150 million?
Oh, 100%. Of course they do, bro. They don't want to risk.
I know Alexander Isak is great, but we're talking about, like, when we talk about number nines, we're talking about Drogba, we're talking about Karim Benzema. Like, Alexander Isak is in our generation, because I don't think we don't have those as many world class strikers. And like we said, the striker market is dire, bro. So a guy like Isak, who struggled at Dortmund early on, who had a decent season at Sochi, that came and hooped at Newcastle, is going for that type of price now. And it's not his fault. He's worth that value. But at the end of the day, Newcastle is an organization. They are a brand. They are gonna make it seem like they are the smart ones. They are the wise ones in any transfer decision. And at the end of the day, a club is always bigger than a player.
Yeah. My question to you now is then the reverse side, because now we're saying like, maybe the media isn't catching what is actually happening with the players being affected. But what if it's the players not showing up to training on purpose? Maybe you got the bag and you know what? I'm comfortable here. Why do I need to put on 100% every single game if I'm getting paid? I can sit on the bench if I want, but I'm still getting my bag. example, like some of the United players, like saying like Sancho's not showing up to training. Going, well, Rashford is not like coming to training. He's not, putting his 100% in. And not for anything, like, a coach like
Amorim.
it's his new team. Like he wants the best to come out of his team because he knows one bad mistake, he's gonna be leaving like the other guys that showed up on that United side.
Of
right?
course, it's
And,
difficult for managers as well. I will admit that it's not perfect. But with Manchester United though, we can't even use Manchester United as an example because they're a club that just started their transition. Like Rashford said it the other day, bro.
Interview.
You know why? We all know why Rashford left, bro. It's right in front of you. Look how many rebuilds, man, you had. Look how many managers Rashford went through. Imagine coming to training one day. You learned an entire philosophy of a manager. Literally 3 months later, you got to learn it again in the middle of the season.
Exhausted.
Fam, new tactics, new energy spent because now this manager might be like, yo, Rashford, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he gave you a lot of time to, just chill on the left wing, let you do your thing. Nah, I'm a manager that likes to play 3 at the back. You're going to have to get back on defense. You don't fit his system. You're not playing now. You could go from a star to not fitting a system. Bro, Rashford went through a lot. He was playing with Zlatan, then he was playing with CR7, and then he was playing with Lukaku, and then he was playing with Pogba, and then he had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and then he had Van Gaal, and then he had Mourinho, and then, bro, like, come on, bro. How do you expect a player to play at his best in chaos?
And then who do you really? At the end of the day, I guess do you really blame is just the ownership because you're tossing the managers in there that want to get the best and play their system because they know it and they want their players that they feel comfortable playing their system. And then now you have the players who are exhausted because they're learning a new system every single other year.
Mm-hmm. And I think that just shows that Manchester United, they finally got to a position where like, yo, like we know where we at right now. We kind of need to rebuild. Like Rashford and Man U, like that needed to happen. Jadon Sancho and them, that needs to happen. Anthony, that needs to happen. So you're starting to slowly see Manchester United make those right steps because I have a great relationship with Manchester United. Like I shot the Andy Cole content with them last year.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Josh have a great relationship. I actually went to Manchester and they gave me a whole stadium tour. Wow. Manchester United is one of the only clubs to win like every trophy there is to exist in European football, like, or the only club. So you're seeing like the Busby Babes, the disaster, and then they take you to the history of, David Beckham coming up, then Paul Scholes, and then they take you to CR7 era, and like you're going to Old Trafford seeing the eras. And it was crazy the way they treated me. They let me step on the Old Trafford pitch. All the the guests who were in like the tour groups, they had to wait until I went into the locker room to shoot my content, and then I would bro, they treated me like a king. Love. So you could tell that familial and home values that Manchester United still have. They still have people around that keep that tradition that Sir Alex has alive. But on the higher level, the business executives who are making the decisions, who are spending this money and making things happen, who might not have the club's best interest, those are the people who make the decisions at the end of the day, and that's a reflection of what the club is going to be to others.
I also think it's hard to replace greatness.
Yeah.
So when you have someone like Fergie in your club, you always think it's going to be as easy to win. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you even seen it with Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes with a manager, City might go through it too, right? We have
after Pep.
Oh, yeah. How you gonna replace him, right?
Oh my God. How do you
exactly.
Pep?
So we'll see what happens.
How do you replace Pep though?
Can't, bro.
You can't.
No. So do you give Amorim 2 seasons? At this point, you can't drop him. Dude, imagine he does. Okay, imagine if he does mid-table this season, or they have a poor run. You can't drop him at this point.
No.
Can't and there has to come where you have to put a step down because dude, when Fergie came, that team was atrocious. How many years after him coming in was that team a team?
Bro, it was bad. Man.
It was a long time since that team was winning trophies with Fergie. And dude, you have to give managers that time.
Bro, you know what's crazy? When I was in high school, David Moyes came to visit our school after his Manchester United stink.
Yeah?
I was 15 years old. I'm 27 and man, you still ass. They still trying to recover. They still trying to transition. And I remember I asked David Moyes, why do you think it didn't? And this was one of my first times that I was getting into social media and journalism. And I was young, 13, 14. I was coming with really insightful questions. And I remember I asked him, I was because this was around the time when Wilfred Zaha just went to Man U, and there was all those rumors of this is what I'm talking about, how the media could kill someone. Wilfred Zaha wasn't playing under Moyes. They said that he was with his daughter and a bunch of fake stuff, and he basically just fell out and just went back to Palace. But I asked the guy, I asked David Moyes, I was how does the English media affect your decision making and how you put your squad together and how you're able to just produce as a coach on the pitch. And he was like, wow. He's like, bro, you need to do something. He's like, how old are you? I was like 14. He's like, yo, you need to do a media class. And everybody started geeking. I was like, hey man, I told you I don't play. And basically how he put it was like, he's like, bro, I'm stepping in the shadow of one of the greatest managers of all time. He's like, I did it at Everton, you know what I'm saying, at a level where I was expected to come 8th place, 7th place, and that's a great season. Gareth Barry, playing with him, Marwan Fellaini, Tim Cahill, like Barclays, man, like they're cool with that. And honestly, Everton to this day isn't as good as what David Moyes is. Like that's peak Everton. Everton, we're talking about a relegation battling a squad right now. Like back then they were competing for what would be now. Like they would be Conference League if Everton was what they were before. He was like, when I went to Manchester United, he didn't know what he signed up for. Like everything was different. All the staff was leaving. Fergie didn't tell anybody. Like he just came out with the news. So not only didn't they know, but they couldn't prepare. So it was like, imagine everything's all good. A lot of players expected Fergie to stay the next season. Robin Van Persie expected him to stay the next season. He's like, bro, I'm out. So then players are like, yo, like, so, and yo, players, like managers like Jose Mourinho and Sir Alex, like they have like relationships with their players. Like, so when, like, for example, Drogba loved Mourinho. Like when he left, he cried. So like when you tell Robin Van Persie, like, hey, like, Robin Van Persie's like, yo, you're the man who made me turn my back on like Arsenal. Like you brought me to this club. You told me you're going to be here and you're leaving after we just win the Premier League. Why? Like, why? Like, why are you leaving? Bro, you think David Moyes could step into that role and just seamlessly take Manchester United back to what it was?
Way too much pressure,
bro. We're talking about a guy who was there for 40 years, bro. Come on, man. It's not fair.
How does someone like Arne Slot do it then at Liverpool? His first season at Liverpool, and he was able to do that. Was it just a purple patch? Was it just like a unicorn type of season for him? Because a lot of people are thinking that Liverpool could win it this year again, me included.
I think Liverpool could win it, but I think the thing about it though is that, bro, he inherited a squad from Jurgen Klopp that had values, that had a style of play, that had an identity, that had the players. Mo Salah's still playing, bro. Like he got a prime. Imagine coming into a club and you get one of the world's best as your striker. Arne Slot already had a 12.5 fantasy player on his squad. He was cheating, bro. He had the code. He had Salah already. It was all about, all right, now we fix the gaps. Ryan Gravenberch, step into the 6th role. Take over from what Thiago and Fabinho were doing. Easy. He's basically the new Fabinho at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Liverpool basically have the same system, but they play a little bit less fast. Back with Klopp, it was chaos. It was Mane, Firmino, you come into the 10 role, you hold it up.
Play wide.
Mane, Salah, track meet. Salah and Mane in the track meet, you're done. As an outside back. Now it's like, okay, if the counterattack's not on, we're going to play a little bit. But also, we're not just going to play. Sometimes we'll launch it in the channel. Cody Gakpo, 6'2". You know what I'm saying? Hugo Ekitike, 6'4". Bro, they're not doing these bro, these clubs are smart, bro. They have websites, like, they know a profile. They know your biometrics. They know how you're going to specifically affect that team. Hugo Ekitike, they saw his 6'4" frame. They're like, okay, if we could get the ball to Hugo, he heads it down to this person, quick transition to Mo Salah, goal. That makes us score goals at a rate of 0.12 seconds faster than what we scored Premier League goals last year. That could affect us to score at least an expected 3 more goals per game, which will lead us to make this amount of points to win the league, which we expect we need 98 points to get to. That's the math, bro.
All numbers, bro.
This is all stats, bro. So you're seeing clubs like Liverpool, they had, like, Klopp had an identity. Manchester United didn't have these numbers, these stats. This is why CR7, when he came out with this interview with Piers Morgan, he said, Man United is in the past, bro. These clubs is doing all this. Man United is scouting off just hope and dreams. They just seeing who's scoring goals and saying, oh, he scored 13. He's 19 years old in Serie A. Let's bring Højlund in. He's going to be our main guy at the whopping age of, you're going to make a main man your striker. He's 20 years old. He just had 1 season at the highest level. He scored 13 goals, and you expect him to be the Prem's best. That's not how it works, man. You got to have a foundation for your club. Liverpool had one. Klopp got it, and Arne Slot is running with it. And not only is he running with it, but he's making it like a hybrid. He's kind of reinventing it because like he didn't just like try to do Klopp's tactics. He's like, nah, like I'm gonna make y'all invest. I want works. I'm gonna throw in a little creative, piece into that. I'm gonna throw Ekitike 6'4", like he could dribble.
That's what,
You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Gakpo too, 6'2". Cody Gakpo might not play well the first 35, but he'll score 2 by the 75th. You know what I'm saying? He's that type of guy. So they got options. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Diogo Jota. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see what Darwin does in Saudi. That's a whole other thing. If they get Isak, though, bro, Jesus Christ, man. Like, pray for all of us. Just wrap it up.
They did some crazy transfers this season, out and in. Like you said, I'm sure you mentioned it for them too, but like they're out. I think you mentioned Chelsea, but no, Liverpool too. Like they got rid of the players that they know they can get a little bit of money for, and maybe
Wants 40 mil.
maybe past their prime.
That was crazy.
Like, but now they're bringing in players, and this is like the first time we see Liverpool spend money in a while.
Mm-hmm. It's like they've been saving, bro, because remember the first time they got the opportunity to spend that bread, the
Coutinho deal.
The first time before the Coutinho deal, they had one when they sold Fernando Torres to Chelsea. That was the first time Liverpool got some bread.
But they bought Andy Carroll with that, huh?
They fucked up. They bought Andy Carroll, Christian Benteke, Mario Balotelli. Remember?
Yeah.
Liverpool had some disarray too, because I used to watch Raheem Sterling heavy. That was one of my favorite guys, and that's when he was just coming up. And like he wouldn't have played as much if Liverpool was established. Like I'm glad that he came at that time because he was able to do his thing and then go to City. But like for Liverpool, though, it was a process, dog, and like a lot of clubs, they don't recognize like, yo, the rebuild could take years.
Yeah.
Think about it. Everything has to go right. Barcelona would be in fucking shambles if they didn't produce Lamine Yamal and Kubarsi.
Facts.
They
Don't remind me, bro.
they have to thank their heavens that they have La Masia every day, because no matter how ass of a club they are, their academy is so good and has such a good philosophy that every player knows that even how bad Barcelona is, they still have that identity, that DNA of translatable skills that apply to the real professional game. That's why these Spanish players are so good. It's because they could do a 1-2 pass every single time perfect. It's not because they're dribbling guys or hitting a 60-yard diag on the time. Sometimes it's just Pedri every single time. He knows control pass. He knows where his teammates is. Lamine Yamal, bro, he's just a street baller, bro. But you have your structure guys, I call them, those guys in the academy that they're able to be the mainstays. Your Kubarsi's your new PK without having to go to Manchester United in between. And then you sprinkle that in with some leadership experience like a Lewandowski, and then replace him with a striker or a Jules Koundé. And then you have a special guy like Lamine Yamal, bro.
And that's what Rashford said, like, just end off with that comment in his interview, right? He said that Barcelona had this identity. Man United didn't have that.
None.
And that's what he has to do. That's what Man United has to do. Stop sacking your gaffers. Build an identity. Write it out. Look what Arteta did at Arsenal. Arsenal are writing it out with Arteta. It might not happen, but they're writing it out.
And they can't treat Kobe like a Honda Accord. No. They're running him to the ground.
Kobe Mainu. Bro, he's a baller.
I love
though.
that guy.
He's a baller, though. You know that, right? That's my new Clarence Seedorf regen.
Yeah.
I love him, bro. Honestly. But I think at the end of the day, bro, like we said, I think football, it's all about the structure that you're able to develop with these clubs. We're seeing how social media is impacting this game so much. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we're also seeing, like, in a new age, like, the World Cup is coming to America next year, bro. Like, just to kind of end it off, like,
Yes.
bro, everything we've worked for, as creators, everything these players worked for as players is all going to culminate into a World Cup that's in our
Back
area. A World Cup game in Toronto, a World Cup game in Cali, a World Cup game in New York City, final in New York City. Like, I don't think people recognize, like, bro, we're seeing Lamine Yamal play in his first World Cup?
Yep.
Lamine Yamal playing his first World Cup U.S. soil. Like, that's literally what R9 did. R9 played his first World Cup 1994 soil. The only difference is Lamine Yamal is the star of his national team at 17 already. Like, football has changed so much that if you're 17, bro, they gonna put you, dog. These players are coming in quick. They're ready for the pro level, and I'm excited to see what they do. But I think for us as creators, I also think, bro, we're doing something crazy and really amazing in this space. And, like, I'm grateful for you guys even being on the pod because, like we talk about, man, like, we came up in a time where, like, soccer just wasn't ready for us yet, both socially, both on the field, and we had to figure out a pathway. And the way we figured it out is like, if we're not going to play, we're going to be on social media. We're going to be pushing this game. We're going to be having opinions that divide fans, opinions that bring fans together, opinions that you may have, that's a hot take that people might hate. You know what I'm saying? And we're building this identity and culture of soccer in America and Canada that never existed, bro. Like, all these people in England, all these people in South America, Asia, football been there, 1900s, been there, done that. They seen that. Bro, we're inventing something totally new that the American space has not seen in soccer, and it's a blessing.
Brother, you alone, you just, on top of that, the experiences that we get to have, the experiences that you've had so far, and the one thing that you've mentioned in this pod that will like just shock me is when you saying like, Vini coming to you and saying like, dude, I wish I had your life.
That was
like,
crazy.
Like,
yeah,
you're a professional footballer, the highest of its level, and it's coming to a creator and saying like, dude, like, look at the shit you're doing. I wish I had your life. Like, that's just crazy.
I appreciate you, bro.
Like,
yeah, that was shit, man. Shout out Vini, bro. That was love, bro. You talking about a person who's borderline winning Ballon d'Or, won the Champions League, said, hey, sometimes I wish I could just be in my room, not everybody know who I am, not have to be this figure that's expected to play well every game and get criticized for it. So I wish I could just travel and do content with my favorite players, because I know at the end of the day, baseline, all these players, bro, they were us, bro. Exactly. They were fans of the game. They love this shit as much as we do. It's just that they got blessed with the opportunity to take it to a whole new level. So like when you meet a guy like Vini, bro, deep down inside, they are fans of the game, bro. They wish bro, creators, I'm telling you, bro, some of them, like, why do you think Vini has a private account that he's now using, like a burner account? Why do you think Rafael Leao has a burner account?
Yeah.
Yo, they want to be content creators. They just have to do it in a way that's appealing to the fans, to the clubs. Like, they know, bro. They like this shit, bro. They love it, bro. Being a part of the culture and talking about music and shit beyond just running after a ball for 90 minutes, bro. It gives them a time to be a human.
Exactly said, man. Perfectly said. Dude, before we end off, last thing we ask everyone that comes by.
Yes, sir.
Who is your GOAT?
R9. And I met him, bro, a couple weeks ago. Shout out R9,
Yeah?
bro.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Talk on it, bro. Talk on it.
Oh, my gosh, bro. All right. Last story time. It's late. What time is it?
Late.
11.
Oh, my goodness, man. We've been
story.
chopping the cheese, bro. We're going to get so many clips from this shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So my boy Elijah Edward, shout out Elijah, one of the biggest content creators coming out right now, was doing a shoot with Nike with Crystal Dunn, R9, and another girl who's coming up in the women's soccer space, like 15 years old, I think, playing for Utah Royals.
Yeah.
So he's doing the panel discussion. And before this, bro, R9 was my first football idol, bro. Like, I had this CD my Peruvian homie had. It was like a bootleg tape. He's like, yo, this is like a R9 highlights his career. And I was like, I had a DVD player. I put it in my TV and I watched it, and it just showed all of R9's career from when he was at Barca to his move to Inter Milan, like right up to where he tore his patella tendon. So I'm watching this DVD. I'm watching R9, the feints, the dribbles. I'm like, holy smokes, bro. I'm like, he's dribbling all teams. Compostela, he's dribbling everybody, scoring. Brian Robson, hands on the head. Like, how? Like, you don't really see that in football no more, where like a guy just taking on everybody and scoring. You know what I'm saying? And that stuck with me, bro. I was watching it with my dad. You know what I'm saying? And then I was always a big fan. I'm watching, bro. R9 had me 98 World Cup. I'm watching Brazil 90. Like, I'm obsessed with football. Like, I watched 1998 World Cup, Netherlands versus Brazil quarterfinals. I watched the whole game, 120 minutes. It happened like I was maybe 12. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning. I'm watching R9, watching all the fakes. And then my boy Elijah, he tells me the day before. He's like, yo, I'm doing something with Nike. He's like, make sure you're there. And I'm like,
He didn't tell you
nothing.
who was gonna be there.
He just said, bro, it's the final of the Club World Cup. Nike's doing this thing. Come. He said, just make sure you're there on time. Make sure you're on time this day, because you know Jamaicans be off time,
Bro.
You know, some days I'll be showing up.
Latinos know that, bro.
Yeah. So I think he was like, yo, make sure you show up on time. So I'm like, shit, I got there on time, bro. Time. R9 came a little late for the conversation. And after the conversation, my homegirl, Caitlin, because like, yo, low key, bro, I froze, bro. It's like, yo, like, you know when you watch a player so much, and like when you see him in real life, and I'm
Say
like,
real.
I'm like, yo,
So you're moving like Ibra when he saw R9.
Yeah, like I felt like that Raheemovic, bro. It's like the same feeling Ibra got, bro. I felt it, bro. We cousins, bro. Ibra, I feel you on that. Like when I saw him, bro, like my friend Caitlin's like, yeah, Raheem, let's take a picture. And I was trying to show him a photo of me and Vinny together, but like it was super crowded. He's like, yo, come take the picture with me. So we take a picture and everything. And I didn't get to show him, but like, you know what I'm saying? I shake his hand. I'm like, thank you so much, bro. Greatest moment of my life, bro. That's all I needed to pick for all nine. And it was like full circle. I'm like, yo, like that was my guy. Like that was my idol. You know what I'm saying? That is my idol. Like I still, when I'm bored, I'm at home, I'm watching R9 highlights. And this is why we make footy content, bro. Like you need to know your past. Like these are the guys that created the foundation of what we talk about today when we talk about Lamine Yamal and everybody getting into football. Like, bro, watch R9, watch Zidane, watch Thierry Henry, like these guys, and I love seeing them in the media now because it's like you see them in a different light. And Thierry's able. The one thing I love about Thierry, bro, he's an icon, but he knows to articulate the things as a player into how fans would understand. Because Thierry has so much knowledge about the game beyond being a player. Like he's a manager at the end of the day, but also he's able to articulate. You know what I'm saying? So like. He could make it feel like when he's on the field at Highbury and he's talking about this tactics, he could break it down to you and ramp it up for you and take it down and then add a little humor to it. So he's the perfect like when I look at R9 as like an idol, like on the field, like off the field, my idol was Thierry Henry because I see him as a person who's reinvented himself. But bottom line is like these guys, these legends are people that will live on, that we will continue to talk about and we'll continue to make clips about and will continue to go viral about forever. Yeah.
So out of all the players you've met, you think R9 had the most aura?
I feel like for me, that was the one where I was like, I was starstruck.
Yeah,
bro, for sure, bro. I think the ones where I was truly starstruck, and it was because it wasn't even because of the type of players they were. It was because they meant a lot to me. So
sentimental.
Yo, I met R9 and I met Raheem Sterling in the bathroom in Manchester.
What?
I was at a party in Manchester and I went to the bathroom and the whole City team was there because I'm friends with Zach Steffen and he was there at the time. Go to the bathroom, look to my right, I'm pissing next to Raheem Sterling.
What?
And like I'm like Raheem Sterling? Like I modeled like at national team camp, like that's like, yo, Raheem Sterling, like national team coaches would call me that. I literally they're like, yo, who do you like, what player do you like emulate? I put Raheem Sterling and I put R9 like on my thing. So like early on I was watching Raheem Sterling like 16 Liverpool, like because he had the same name as me, he's Jamaican, like he doing this thing. I'm like, yo, like this guy that played left wing, he's the same build as me. Like when I saw him in real life, honest to God, I was like, bro, like I could see why the comparisons were. Even when I see Vinny, I'm like, yo, like they're the same. Like this, like winger build, bro. Like gang, salute. Like when I met Raheem Sterling, though, like I feel like when you meet players that just mean a lot to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're best.
Yeah.
But like if they just mean something significant, it gonna hit different. Like Raheem Sterling and R9 hit different, and I would say, yeah, just being with Vinny, I wasn't really that starstruck because we had a relationship that was built on friendship, but like. Looking back at it now, that was a pivotal moment in my life because like me and Vinny, I'm creating moments with him. I'm going from hosting events at fashion shows, just trying to make it. Vinny see me in that light, and now he see me in the light of me making content, making things happen for myself, and he's seeing my growth like as I see him periodic. Like we don't talk on an everyday basis, but if he see you in the space and he's like, yo, I wish I had your life, that says a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man. It is truly an inspiration hearing all your stories, hearing how far you've come so far. And I'm sure you have a lot more to go in your future. We wish you all the best here at the Footy Culture, all of us. And man, we just hope the best for you. World Cup next year. So I'm sure we will see you there. But yeah, whenever you're in Canada, just drop by, man. You're always here. You're always welcome to come to the studio. We always love chatting with you, bro. I feel like we chatted so much about your life and all the stuff you've done. Next time you come, we'll chat more about foot.
Now, we got some clips in there, though.
We did.
No, we got a lot of good stuff.
We got some good stuff, man. And I think those will carry on, bro. Because at the end of the day, I feel like fans really want to be closer to the players as much as possible. So Man, I appreciate y'all for having me, bro. Being back home to my roots and seeing Canadian soccer grow and how we're able to collaborate together, like from Canada to New York, to all of beyond, bro. Like, that's what football's about, man. I appreciate y'all, bro.
Appreciate you too, bro.
Appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir, man.
Guys, you know where to find him. Raheemovic in all social medias, guys. You know who we are. We the culture. And we'll see you next one. Ciao.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Nah, guys.